San Antonio's Sports Center.
Spurs on the wrong side of history last night as they let a 29-point second-half lead slip away following 107-106 to the Knicks in Game 4 as OG Anunoby tipped in the game winner with 1.2 seconds left. Victor Wembanyama, 24 points, 13 boards, but also assessed a flagrant foul, meaning his next infraction suspends him for a game. Game 5, Saturday, back here at the Frost Bank Center.
Sports Center brought to you by SAPDcareers.com. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minnix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
What do you say about last night? I mean, what the actual... Seriously. What do you say? I didn't sleep well last night. Had to get up early, take my car in for service. All anybody was talking about. Everybody seemed to be moving slow. But that's all anybody was talking about. And the blame game. Whose fault was it? It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Reinagel still on vacation. I'm Jason Minnix. James Pledger producing as always. And it's going to be a therapy session. You want to bitch, you want to get it off your chest. That's what we're here for the next 4 hours. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Get it off your chest because honestly, we need to talk. I need to talk to people. I need to talk through it. You can always comment on YouTube. It's available to you. sasportstar.com. Click on through to the YouTube, or if you're already on YouTube, just search out San Antonio Sports Star. Our poll question does play the blame game as well. Who shoulders the brunt of the blame for last night? I know it's early. Dude, already 17 votes. 72% say Mitch. De'Aaron Fox at 11%. Wemby at 17%. They all share in the blame when you blow a 29-point lead. When you score 30 freaking points in a half. I mean, they scored 41 in the first quarter. They scored 35 in the second quarter. They scored 30 in the second half. A colossal collapse. A meltdown for the ages. You name it. I've seen the Atlanta Falcons logo be changed to include a spur. It's accurate. I mean, it's 28-3. Oiler fans know what that's like to have a big lead and your heart gets ripped out. I know I'm a prisoner of the moment right now, but man, I woke up this morning feeling worse than when I went to bed last night. And I think when I went to bed last night, I don't know that I actually believed what I had just seen. Because you take what those Spurs did in Game 3 and the way they started last night's Game 4. That first half was so impressive. I mean, it was an impressive first half of basketball. And the group I was with last night, we even talked about it. The Knicks are going to make a run. But there's no way the Spurs can blow this lead. And they did. I think a lot of us, I think everybody was thinking this thing was going to be 2-2. And I think the Spurs thought they had won the game at halftime because of the way they played the second half. And the way they played that second half, and Charles Barkley might have said it best, that was the dumbest half of basketball that you'll ever see. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, it was just dumb.
We saw the dumbest basketball team in the history of civilization. Wow. We saw they had a 25-point lead, took eight straight threes, like, they thought to get, like, that was some of the most mismanaged, stupid basketball. Hey, when you blow a 29-point lead, the other team has to help you. The San Antonio Spurs helped the New York Knicks win this game by doing some of the stupid-ass stuff I've ever seen on a basketball court.
I mean, look, I think a lot of us felt that way. Although, honestly, I was with the group, and I know some other guys were like, hey, let's go to this bar after. And me and my buddy said, no, I'm going home. I don't want to be around people. I don't want to talk. And truly, I think we were in silence all the way home. I could not believe that the Spurs blew that game. And I woke up this morning feeling worse. I'm guessing a lot of people called in sick today because, my goodness. And like I said, at the dealership where I took my car in for service, that's all anybody was talking about. Wanted to feel good, went and get a taco, and of course I'm wearing a Spurs shirt. And dude literally said, man, how could you wear that today? I said, well, I'm still a fan. They're still my guys. I'm pissed. I don't know, man. You got to fire this guy and fire that guy and trade this guy. They're still in the NBA Finals, and they are young. And I think that's what pisses me off even more. While this is a young team, it was the veteran De'Aaron Fox that was making the boneheaded plays down the stretch. Now, I know a lot of people have sent me pictures of that picture of De'Aaron Fox getting fouled on what was the block by OG. He was fouled. Watching it live, it looked clean. It wasn't called. And if you want to feel better about yourself by saying, well, look, he was fouled, he still made the wrong decision. I mean, in the 8th grade, you understand in a situation like that, dribble the ball out, run clock, get fouled, go to the free throw line. He's a great free throw shooter. Even if he was fouled, I mean, according to that photo. I've seen it. It doesn't make me feel any better because it was still the wrong decision. And then he left the inbounder, OG, to help the Defensive Player of the Year double Brunson. I don't know that Wemby needed help doubling Brunson. And what a dumb shot for Brunson. Yet, since, I don't know, nobody guarded the guy inbounding the ball, OG was able to get the tip. And it was perfect. I mean, the rebound went exactly where it needed. It felt like 2013 all over again. You think about that whole scenario. The rebound was perfect for Ray Allen to get the ball over in the corner, and he knocked it down. The rebound right off the front of the rim, it didn't take a crazy bounce, and nobody was there to box out OG, and he had a clear path, and he got the tip. Son of a... And then OG made the big play. Wasn't it OG that tipped the inbounds pass, Dylan Harper? Because Steph Cowsell would have... I mean, it looked like that play was perfect. I know Mitch Johnson is going to take a beating today, and he should. Mitch Johnson should take... he's the head coach. You're taking all those three-pointers. I mean... What are we doing? I mean, three-pointer after three-pointer after three-pointer, they're not going in, and you're playing the game like you're down 20 instead of up 20. And you're taking those three-pointers with more than 15 seconds on the shot clock. They were doing nothing to try to shorten the game. Nothing. And you start going through the box score. And look, third quarter, they get outscored 26-14. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll show the box score. But if you guys can go find the actual box score. Explain to me how you have a guy that's 7'5", and you score 0 points in the paint in an entire quarter. 0 points in the paint in an entire quarter. And you're 2 of 12 from 3. In the third quarter alone. Fourth quarter, I mean, they stopped taking threes. They were just 1 of 5 for 3 in the fourth quarter. 4 of 19, 21% in the fourth quarter. They did have 4 points in the paint. 2 of 9. 2 of 9. I mean, New York, those boys made a lot of great shots. They did. Jalen Brunson made some shots. Like, holy crap. Like I don't know at what point I thought the Spurs were actually going to lose that game last night. I mean, At some point, dude, stop the bleeding. Somebody make a shot. Somebody make a free throw. I don't know that I ever really thought the Spurs were actually going to blow that entire lead. And even when it was over, that really happened. Because all they needed was a bucket. All they needed was one clutch shot. And their veteran player, who's going to make $220 million, was the problem, not the kids. I mean, Wemby ran out of gas. He played a ton of minutes. It all kind of felt like it changed after he got the flagrant. The Knicks, they'll get all the glory for this great comeback. But in San Antonio and in South Texas and Spurs Nation, it's a colossal collapse. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Matt, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
What's going on? But I just wanted to say, I don't believe the series is over. Yes, they have taken 3 games, but they haven't beaten us once. We're beating ourselves. Call it coaching, call it De'Aaron, call it stupid threes. I agree with everything you just said. I'm ready to move on. I feel like we can beat them 3 times in a row. I know we're going to beat them 3 times in a row, and we're going to take this series because they cannot beat us. We're clearly the better team. It's just we're not putting together 48 minutes. And if you say it's on coaching, I can agree with that. But the games that we put 48 minutes in Game 3, the one we won, that was the only full game we played. They know it's going to take the whole game. But that's all I got. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to move on from the loss. It does hurt, but I'm ready to move on and say we got them.
Matt, I appreciate you, man, because I hope to get there tomorrow, and I certainly hope to be there on Saturday. Because I know it sounds silly when you're down 3-1 in a series that you feel like you're the better team. You're not. You remember all the crap that we gave the Cleveland coach for what he said when he was asked why is he confident? Well, the analytics tell us we're getting the shots we want. New York makes plays down the stretch. Jalen Brunson was incredible down the stretch. He made clutch shots. The Spurs did not. The inexperience of the Spurs showed up. Now, you're right. They've had the lead in the fourth quarter. They've had the lead late in the fourth quarter of every game. And if the Spurs don't come back and win 3 games, I don't know how that group recovers from what happened to them last night. If Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili couldn't shake off what happened to them in Game 6 to get 1 game in a Game 7, how is this group going to shake off what happened last night? I appreciate your confidence, but if Timmy and that group couldn't shake off what happened to them in 2013, now they used it for motivation all of 2014, but they couldn't turn around in the next game and get 1. And this Spurs team is going to shake that off, what happened last night, and go get 3 in a row? Matt, I'm with you, but I live in the real world. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope you're right. This Knicks team looks like that team of destiny. Are the Spurs better? The Knicks are up 3-1. They made plays down the stretch. You're right. Spurs, uncharacteristic basketball, uncharacteristic mistakes, and that's cost them down the stretch. But I do think a lot of times you got to credit the New York Knicks for that. The Spurs are going to what-if themselves. Spurs fans are going to what-if themselves this entire offseason if they don't do the impossible, and that's rally to win 3 straight games. More of your calls coming up here on the Blitz. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
So without LSD, Pink Floyd wouldn't be Pink Floyd.
I would agree.
Kind of happened with me with weed in college. I had my Pink Floyd moment. Sat in Indian style in my dorm room and listened to some Floyd, and I felt it. I was like in it. I'd never seen God, but I did see Pink Floyd.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Some people reach a line and stop. Some hit a wall and turn around. Then there are the ones who cross the line, climb the wall, face obstacles, and turn them to their advantage. That's where we come in. We're the next rodeo, We design bold marketing that drives real growth. A creative partner for businesses ready to push forward, beyond what's expected. The Next Rodeo. Learn more at thenextrodeo.com.
'Twas the night before Father's Day, and all through the house, Dad slept in his recliner, completely passed out. Magellan Outdoors and Titleist win the night as Dad dreams of gifts from Academy, the kind he'd like. Because tomorrow's not just Father's Day, you see. It's Dad Christmas at Academy. Line up before the doors open on Saturday, June 13th to score a promo card worth up to $500. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Fun can't lose. Select Austin and San Antonio Academy stores. No purchase necessary. Open to Texas residents 18 or older. Visit academy.com/official rules.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Eczema, eczema, eczema. So many ads for eczema products. But those fancy TV ads don't mention that those prescription products can cost thousands of dollars. There's a smarter way. It's Exoderm for eczema and dermatitis. Exoderm costs less than $20. Yep, less than $20. You don't need a prescription, and it's available on the first aid aisle of your local store. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean, hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives or nasty chemicals. Exoderm, fast, effective relief from the itching and inflammation of eczema. This stuff really does work. Take back control. Heal eczema flares with soothing Exoderm Flare Control Cream. It's on the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, and at Target and Walmart too. Exoderm for eczema. Now that's smart.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. Deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insured.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero. We have meaningful basketball being played in San Antonio for the first time in years, and you know the Roof Hub has proven to be the best place to go watch the games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roof Hub, show up hungry. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roof Hub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the morning huddles. Rangers double dinger payday.
Play ball!
Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits 1, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits 2. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers. San Antonio and New York. This is where you come to talk about the finals. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Therapy session continues. Spurs collapse. Angry, disappointed, shock, whatever you're feeling, let's talk about it. Blame game. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Ryan Eagle on vacation. I'm Jason Minnix. You can get me on Twitter at Jason Minnix. You can comment on YouTube as well. Just search out the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel or go to sasportstar.com, and you can easily click through. So many different things to talk about. And again, when you have an epic collapse like what you saw happen to the San Antonio Spurs last night, two things can be true at the same time. It's a great comeback for the New York Knicks. Great. And the national media, they're all over it. They completed the rally, blah, blah. That's a choke job by the San Antonio Spurs of epic proportions. I mean, it's got everybody kind of off kilter. Manu Ginobili tweeted out about an hour ago. And you know how Manu tweets with the American flag and then the Argentinian flag? So he'll do one in English and one in Spanish. He did both in English because he's distraught, clearly. He put in English, glad the World Cup is here. I need the distraction. Tough day. Then the Argentinian flag says, I'm really glad the World Cup is starting today. I need to do something else and distract myself a bit. Tough day, right? I mean, Manu messed up a tweet after last night. Everybody is off a little bit today, and that is understandable. I guess the World Cup starts today. There's just so much to get into. And I know everybody wants to blame somebody for that. Everybody that was a part of that Spurs staff last night, on the floor, on the bench, they all share in a collapse like that. It's not just on one person. And we'll focus on De'Aaron Fox late or Wemby with no legs in the second half. But that one play might have been the final nail in the coffin, but that wasn't what caused it. I mean, it was a series of failure after failure after failure that led to the ultimate crap. The Knicks actually just came back and won that thing. Right now, Mitch Johnson, 59% on who shoulders the brunt of the blame, and he's the head coach. At some point, tell him to stop taking threes. At some point, call a timeout and stop the bleeding. But those players have to do their part as well. But today is a day for you guys. Phone lines are open. Get it off your chest. I mean, we can talk about it. You can just vent. Let's just vent together. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Cameron, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Jason, I appreciate you taking my call. I got three things.
All right.
And then I'll hang up. One is I'm looking at when you're 22, 24, I know it's as much as 30. Every time they get the ball, they're down there throwing threes and missing. I don't know how many threes they threw that they missed. And I'm thinking, you're that far up, you can't go up into the bucket. You might even get a foul to try to get some free throws out of it. I did not understand that. They threw many, many threes so far up in the game, and it's just totally uncalled for.
Cameron, they were
the other thing I was wondering.
Hold on, Cameron, let's throw some facts in there. The Spurs were 3 of 17 from three-point range in the second half. They got to the bonus early. They had 0 points in the paint. 0 points in the paint in the entire third quarter. That's damn near impossible to do. Yet they were still jacking them up, and what pisses me off more about all those threes is so many of them had more than 15 seconds on the shot clock. They did nothing to try to shorten that game. Your second point, sir.
Wemby, I was wondering if they might have been able to win that game with the 2 free throws that he missed.
Sure.
My last thing I'll say, 5 seconds left, and we know Brunson's going to get the ball. First thing I noticed, when he shot that ball where was Wemby standing? And he should have been under the bucket and could have probably blocked that ball. What do you think?
No, I think your first 2 points are valid. I think you're way off on the third one because you look at the way that defense was set up. And, they switched. And I don't mind Wemby at all out there trying to guard Jalen Brunson and force him to take a big three and have to make that big three over Wemby, who is going to be stretching out to, 10, 11, 12 feet? My problem with that play, that final play, was De'Aaron Fox doubling. Wemby is the defensive player of the year. You don't need him to double. You don't leave the guy that's inbounding the ball, and De'Aaron Fox did, so nobody to block him out, and all of a sudden he's got a free line to the basketball to tip in the rebound. De'Aaron Fox messed that up. I don't have a problem with Wemby being out where he was. I'm with you. If he would have been, down low, he probably gets the rebound and they win that. But then Jalen Brunson probably gets a better shot off. I couldn't believe Jalen Brunson took that shot. That was an awful shot from Jalen Brunson. Now, granted, it hit the front of the rim, but I can live all day with Jalen Brunson taking that shot to win the game. But you can't leave the guy. We all know that. I mean, De'Aaron Fox is the veteran guy on this team. He's a smart basketball player. But you learn that in, 7th, 8th grade. You dribble the ball out, you get fouled, you go to the free throw line. And you don't leave the guy inbounding. You don't. Somebody's got to block him out. Again, we talk about the youth on this team. It wasn't the kids that made the mistakes in crunch time last night. It was De'Aaron Fox. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Hey, Bubba, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Yeah, I was I agree with you. I woke up more angry than when I went to bed. I guess the alcohol helped that last night. But they lost their soul over there in New York City, and by any luck, by the basketball gods, anything. I mean, if they get Game 5 the Spurs, they got to go back and retrieve their soul from New York City. And I have a feeling that flagrant foul is going to haunt Wemby. I mean, they already know how to bait him. His elbows are so big, he's so long, he swings his arms around. They already know what to do. So, I mean, this is all. I've never been through this, and I've been watching the Spurs. I'm 45 years old. I've been watching since I was like 8 years old. This reminds me of Rod Strickland. I mean, with Fox, and it's unfair to blame Fox. It was a team collapse. So I'll hang up and listen.
It was a team collapse, and Fox is taking a lot of heat today, as he should, since he's the veteran guy, and that last play helped cement the collapse. Wemby missing those 2 free throws, and people will say, how do you miss 2 free throws? We've seen that before. I mean, you go back and didn't Kawhi miss a couple of free throws and Tim Duncan miss an easy bunny? I mean, that's going to happen, right? And again, Wemby making free throws, he's generally really good at. Was that surprising as hell? Yes. Does that mean he's not clutch? I mean, no. He missed some free throws. It sucks. It is what it is. De'Aaron Fox not making the right basketball decision for a basketball team that is typically smart. They've done a lot of dumb things in this series that have helped the New York Knicks. That's what's extremely frustrating. Hey, Ryan, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I want to blame the entire team on shooting threes. You were in the bonus at the beginning of the second half. Why not drive the ball? And also, I want to blame De'Aaron Fox about not dribbling in and out. When I was playing, I knew if you were up by that much, or you're basically up by 1, and there's like that much time left, just dribble it out, or have them foul you to go to the line.
Well,
I know that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all know that. De'Aaron Fox knows that. But De'Aaron Fox said after the game, he just thought he could outrun him.
Have them scored. Try to get a layup, get up 3, make them, force them to need a 3. And OG made a good block.
You're unusual a lot of the time in those situations where you took the layup, guys would try to run it out and get fouled. When did you think that you wanted to go for the layup instead of trying to get it fouled?
I just thought I would be able to outrun them. That's it.
Just thought I'd be able to outrun him. Yeah. I mean, at least he was honest about it. I'll give him that. De'Aaron Fox for the game was 6 of 16. Was 4 of 9 from 3. Wemby was 9 of 25. 2 of 8 from 3. For the game, what's crazy is the Spurs were 17 of 43. They shot 40% from 3 for the game because of that incredible first half. It is crazy. And look, Vic did not play a great game, and I kind of think after he picked up that flagrant, that's when the meltdown really started to happen. Now he's got to be careful, because if he gets another flagrant, he'll get suspended. Now, if they don't win Game 5, it doesn't matter. And Wemby missing those free throws, again, a surprise. There's other things to be mad at Wemby about last night. Clutch free throws, you've got to make those if you're going to be a superstar. But De'Aaron Fox is the veteran guy. That's the one, like if Dylan Harper would have done that. Steph Castle, young players. And you could say, all right, that's the youth and inexperience showing up. But some of the biggest mental mistakes made late, and I mean late, not while it was all unraveling. You just take the final 60 seconds of that game. The key mental mistakes were made by your veteran player. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Kramer, Justin, Gabriel, Jason, our phone lines are stacked. You guys stay there. Your calls as soon as we come back here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. All of us now looking for things to kind of distract from the San Antonio Spurs. How about a little indoor football on Saturday afternoon before Game 5? The San Antonio Gunslingers, indoor football, they've got a game Saturday afternoon over at Freeman Coliseum. 4 o'clock kickoff. They take on those New Mexico Chupacabras. It's always so much fun, indoor football. Highly entertaining, highly athletic, big hits, and it's just a great game day atmosphere. Fun for the entire family. Get your tickets at sagunslingers.com. sagunslingers.com, or if you're just to show up at the box office, you can buy them there. If you're going to the Spurs game too, go early, go to the indoor football, get a little bit better parking, then go watch the Spurs after if you're going to both. But it is going to be a fun day, always is, as the San Antonio Gunslingers take on the New Mexico Chupacabras Saturday afternoon, 4 o'clock kickoff inside at Freeman Coliseum. Get your tickets, sagunslingers.com.
Watch every Team USA World Cup match at Social Spot. Enjoy great screens, great food, snacks, ice-cold beer, and the best World Cup atmosphere in San Antonio. Join the party at 930 Broadway. Social Spot in San Antonio Sports Star, your headquarters for the 2026 World Cup watch parties.
Hello, Connecticut. May I help you?
This is Bill Tyson. Is this my Connecticut Pro?
Yes, Mr. Tyson. What can I do for you?
Calling from Yellowstone National Park.
Mm-hmm.
Old Faithful just erupted and reminded me I didn't set the vacation bypass on my Connecticut water conditioner. Would you run over to my house and set it? I've hidden the key under my doormat.
Well,
I forgot to set the bypass last year. I had that other brand, and the softener used up 4,000 pounds of salt in a week.
Mr. Tyson, relax. With your new Connecticut, there is no vacation cycle or any worries about salt.
Oh.
If you don't use any water, your Connecticut won't either. We not only believe in saving salt, but also in saving water.
Would you go over and unplug it then? I'm trying to conserve electricity.
You forget that your Connecticut doesn't use electricity either. There's nothing to plug in. And don't forget that your Connecticut is also completely automatic.
You mean I can relax and enjoy my whole vacation?
That's right.
This is great. I've got Old Faithful here at Yellowstone and an Old Faithful in my Connecticut water conditioner at home.
The last water softener you'll ever own. ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
If your neighborhood was hit with recent rain, let Stevens Roofing check your roof before small issues turn into costly repairs. Storms can damage roofing materials long before you notice a leak. Stevens Roofing is locally owned, provides honest inspections, quality workmanship, and helps guide you through the insurance process. Don't wait for expensive interior damage. Call Stevens Roofing today, 210-785-0994. That's 210-785-0994, or visit stevensroofing.net.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
This Father's Day, skip the boring gifts and make memories that actually matter at Coplay Cove. Join the Blitz of San Antonio Sports Star live at Coplay Cove for a family-focused Father's Day celebration built for dads, kids, and modern families. Enjoy Dad and Me indoor sports activities, coffee and energy drink tastings, giveaways, raffles, and non-stop family fun. All in a space designed for modern parents to connect, recharge, and enjoy quality time together. Built for families rooted in community. Get your tickets now through the events page at coplaycove.com.
This is
is Joel Frederick. From all of us at Quartermoon, thank you. Through the years and through the growth of this city, you've trusted us to be there when it matters most. For plumbing repairs, air conditioning repairs, new system installs, and so much more. Now, you're going to start seeing a new Quartermoon logo. It's a fresh look, but it reflects the same company we've always been. Rooted in hard work, family values, fair pricing, and caring for people the right way. Quartermoon Plumbing, AC, and Heating. 210-651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, the series shifts back to San Antonio. Are we delaying the inevitable, Rob?
We're going to help you figure out a way to root for and expect wins, but go home a loser. Here sit the Spurs, so do we. Get here early. The party, it starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio and New York. This is where you come to talk about the finals. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
James Pledger on his game today, that's for sure. It is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. On YouTube, you can get there through sasportstar.com. Comment, vote in the poll. Who shoulders the brunt of the blame for last night? Vic, Mitch, or De'Aaron Fox? Mitch, 56%. And I don't disagree with that. De'Aaron Fox made a lot of plays or late that are head-scratching. Blame-worthy. But when you allow your team to start settling for all those threes, and how many minutes into the third quarter did it take for Vic to even get a shot? And the fact that you've got a 7'5" guy and you get 0 points in the paint in an entire quarter? I mean, it's hard to not get any paint points between TV timeouts, let alone an entire freaking quarter. That is on coaching. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. We'll go with who's been on hold the longest. All the lines are full, so as one drops off, you guys can take them. Let's see. Kramer, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, how are you? You have a great show. I don't know if your producer told you, but I'm a New Yorker. And usually I call it WFAN New York, but I figured I'd listen to your show today just to get the take of the locals in San Antonio. I've been to San Antonio a couple of times. It's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful city. I've been a Knicks fan since 1967, so I saw the 69 Knicks, the 73 Knicks. This is a really good team, but you guys have more talent on our team. There's no question about it. And what happened last night was unfathomable. I was watching the game with my wife, who knows very little about basketball. But as the game's going on in the fourth quarter, she keeps telling me, why are the Spurs shooting three-pointers? What is going on? And so I place the blame of this game squarely on Mitch Johnson. The reason being, he's the coach. He's coaching a bunch of young guys, including Wemby. They're mature, Wemby with the in-your-head thing. So I guess karma's B-A-C-H, as they say. But at the end of the day, Mitch Johnson should have told his guys, the next guy who takes a three-pointer is going to be sitting for the rest of the quarter. I want every single ball going down into the paint, and Wemby's got to touch that ball at least once. How that didn't happen, it was almost the Knicks almost wanted to give the game away. You had a missed layup, with less than a minute to go and a breakaway. It was almost impossible for the Knicks to lose this game, except for the fact that Mitch Johnson just, ineptly had his guys playing, from the three-point circle. I don't have any.
As a Knicks fan, what an incredible comeback. And anytime you have somebody that has an incredible comeback, you have to have a lot of help along the way, and there's the Colossal collapse, and that's what you had last night. You live in the city in New York. What part? Curious.
Yeah, I work in the Bronx, but I live in Manhattan now. I've lived all over. I was born in Brooklyn. I grew up in Queens. So I'm a New Yorker through and through. Nick, I'm a big basketball fan. And I really enjoyed the Spurs through the years. They had some great teams. This team is going to win championships for years to come. I could tell you the talent levels, particularly this kid Castle, tremendous player.
Yeah, they are.
And Wemby is, but this is not going to be their year. I mean, honestly,
appreciate you tuning in, and if you see somebody rolling around your city in a Spurs shirt, be nice to them. Be nice to them. The crap that we've seen happening in your city is just disgusting. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Jason, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on? It's kind of crazy that caller just called up and said that because I live in New York. I'm a Knicks fan.
Oh, you're a New Yorker too?
I listen to New York Sports Talk all day.
And you guys are. Go ahead.
I listen to New York Sports Talk all day. I said I want to listen to San Antonio Sports Talk today, not to rub it in, nothing like that. I just wanted to listen to see your perspective.
Yep.
Because I hear enough New York perspective all the time. And you know what? You're spot on with everything. And I said it last night. This guy just he knew I was calling right before you for some reason. But what I wanted to say is the Spurs were favored to win this series. They are the better team on paper, I guess. They have more talent. But I don't know how much of the Eastern Conference you watched. But I watched the Knicks beat Atlanta by 50. I watched them beat Philly by 30. I watched them smoke the Cavaliers. Every one of those games, when those teams tried to go on a run in the second half, the Knicks didn't hoist up threes. You know what they did? They traded buckets. They got layups. They got to the free throw line. They went back and forth, and they just killed time. Better teams do that. They might not be a better team on paper, but the better teams do that. They don't have to sit back. And I just wanted to say one more thing. It was like they were playing a prevent defense in the fourth quarter last night, and they were up 4 touchdowns, but they started the defense with 10 minutes left. You know what I mean?
It felt that. And again, all those threes with more than 15 seconds on the shot clock, they did nothing to bleed the clock. The prevent defense analogy I like, Jason. I mean, you look at it, and I will say coming into this series, I said on this show, and you can go back and find it, I don't know how good the Knicks are because the East is so bad. They didn't have to break a sweat in the Eastern Conference Finals, and when they had that comeback against Cleveland, the Cavaliers quit after that comeback in Game 1.
Absolutely. You're right.
The Spurs team isn't going to do that. Whether and you credit the Knicks
because right.
They're up 3-1. But
yep.
I look at this team, and the Spurs have made mistakes down the stretch. The Knicks have made the clutch plays down the stretch. You look at the first game. I mean, Jalen Brunson was a star in the fourth quarter. Didn't have a great game, but he was a stud in the fourth quarter. Wemby was not. The Knicks star made the clutch moments. In the second game, Wemby had the ridiculous turnover late. The Spurs, it feels stupid to say they look like the better team, and they have for about 45 minutes in some of these games, but it's a 48-minute game. Hard to say with a straight face the Spurs are the better team when they're down 3-1 in the series, because the Knicks are a better team than I think a lot of Spurs fans thought they were going to be coming in. A lot of us thought, and the Spurs acted like it, the winner of the Western Conference Finals was going to win the NBA championship. A lot of us thought, whether it was locally here in San Antonio or even stuff you heard from national media types, that the true NBA Finals was being played out between San Antonio and Oklahoma City, and the Knicks have said, hold my beer. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Tony, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, Jason. Actually, first, let me just say I have no dog in this fight. I'm actually a West Coast teams fan, but I live here in San Antonio for 16 years. But watching the game, watching the series, there's one thing, and particularly yesterday, I know that De'Aaron Fox been getting a lot of heat. People saying he should have pulled it back, could have got fouled. People saying, hey, he's been in the league 9 years, he should have known better. But I was just mentioning this to somebody else. What meaningful game has this guy ever played in 9 years? None. So, my opinion, he's just as raw as these other young kids running around, playing with a bunch of adrenaline. Obviously, that tip from Cat, get pushed, he gets the ball, in his brain, he's thinking, hey, I need to lay this up. And rightfully so, he probably should have pulled it back. But at the end of the day, who's to say he even makes both those free throws? At best, they're still up by one. You know what I mean? At best, they're up by three.
At best, Tony, but if he does that, he might bleed another 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds off the clock before he gets fouled. And he is, what, a 75, 80% free throw shooter?
Correct.
I mean, if he misses a free throw, there's going to be more time off the clock. It's the smart basketball play.
Yeah, but you're 100%. It was supposed to be the smart basketball play, but like I mentioned, inexperience in those situations from a player who's never been in such a big game.
Tony, hang on. Tony, hang on. Veteran players, whether they've been there or not, should know better. Two, what big games has a Jalen Brunson or OG or Cat ever been in before? This group's never been to the NBA Finals.
But they've been to national championships and won back-to-back. And they've been coached by a coach that actually, Mike Brown, who grew up under Pop, who's been in those situations as well, even with LeBron. So I think it's coaching, actually. If I was the coach, like you mentioned, and I agree, why were they shooting so many threes in the second half? They should have Marty balled the whole thing, and they probably would have let up a lot more clock.
That's the smartest thing you've said, Tony. I appreciate it. The Marty ball it. I mean, run clock. I mean, even if they were missing shots, and granted, if they're going to take threes because their analytics tell them that's the best thing to do, then take a three with 2 seconds on the shot clock, not 18. I mean, do something to shorten the game. Limit the amount of opportunities the Knicks are going to have. And you do that by passing the ball, sharing the basketball, trying to go inside. I mean, when you look at 0 points in the paint in the third quarter, and in the second half, let me find the second half box score. The Spurs had a grand total of 4 points in the paint in the second half, 2 of 14. So they weren't even making their twos either. But a lot of it is when they were taking those shots, and that's the part that was driving me nuts, is they're jacking up threes and you're up 20. They were playing that second half like they were down 20. I mean, we saw them close that second quarter looking like they had that killer instinct. And in the third quarter, I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, it was just incredible that they could have that great of a first half and play that poorly and stupid in the second half. That was a dumb half of basketball. Therapy session continues. Back to the phones at 656-ESPN, 656-3776. Ray, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, Minnix, how's it going?
Good.
So I got a different argument for the Fox shot at the end.
All right.
Right. Like, so if he hits an and one there, we go up 4, the game's over, basically. So I kind of get it. Yeah, he could have dribbled out minutes, and then he could have scored just a 2-pointer, and then we'd just be up 3, and they still have another possession, so it's tough. But it didn't start there.
I mean, you're right.
It didn't
start there, and he's going to get a lot of blame for what happened last. But that was not the play that cost them the game, but it was the play that cost them the chance at winning the game.
I agree. But then a block out on Anunoby, I don't know. I think something special is happening in New York, and we have to appreciate it, I guess. Right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could. I mean, this team just seems to make plays. I mean, I heard this morning. What are they gonna? They're calling that tip in from OG, the hand of God that came in. Which kind of reminds me, as the World Cup is starting, Diego Maradona for Argentina in 1986, punching that one in. I mean, the fact that they didn't block him out, and he was just able to drive right in and tip in that rebound. And again, the shot from Jalen Brunson is the shot you would try to get him to take. If he makes that one, man, you tip your cat. That was great defense and not the best shot, in my opinion, for Jalen Brunson to take with the game on the line. But the defense on the rebound just wasn't there. And why De'Aaron Fox thought he needed to help Wemby, the defensive player of the year, and double in that situation and leave a guy unchecked to just go in and get that tip. It's like an unforgivable sin. Hey, Ricky, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, Minnix. I just wanted to say that it's not over, but that last night was a demoralizing loss for the guys. It's possible. You got 2 at home. All you have to do, I know it's a tall task, but better adjustments, and all you could just hope for is regroup from the guys. And for the love of God, you have to start Dylan Harper over Fox, and you have to play better players. You have to go deeper into your bench, whether that's benching Keldon. The moment that I saw him go up and miss a putback shot 3 times in a row was the moment I knew that the Spurs were going to falter. Because how could you just go for a layup when you got so many group of guys all around the perimeter where you can kick it out and regroup? But
I'm with you, and I hope this group can regroup, and maybe that's where the youth is. But to blow a game like that, I don't know how you mentally overcome that. When you have something like that coming off of what they did in Game 3, I didn't know how they had overcome Game 2. Wemby, mentally, he showed us in Game 3. The way they played in the first half last night is about as great of a basketball half as you could see and ask for. 76 points. Their shooting percentage, everything. Holy crap, what a great half. But for it to fall apart like that, mentally to regroup, and I'll just draw on experience. 2013, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili in that group could not rebound from what happened in Game 6 and win Game 7. And we now have to believe that this young group of Spurs players can have what happened to them in Game 4 and win 3 straight games when the Tim Duncan group couldn't win 1. I mean, I hope they're able to do it. And they've been proving us wrong all season long. But my goodness, I mean, mentally for me, I woke up angrier this morning than when I went to bed last night, and I didn't sleep all that great last night. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been this pissed off after a Spurs loss. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Randy, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
One thing, everybody, was talking about Nets not pulling them off the court and everything, but realistically, I think in the third quarter, they could have sat Wemby a little bit more because his legs were dead at the end of the fourth quarter, and that can contribute to missing free throws.
It could, and again, Wemby in the third quarter was 1 of 5 shooting, 1 of 3 from 3. He did not go to the free throw line, but he did play 11 minutes in that third quarter, 11 poor minutes at that. In the fourth quarter, he played all 12 minutes. He was 2 of 9. Luke Cornett didn't see the floor. It's bizarre when you think about you've got a guy like Victor Wembanyama, and you get 0 points in the paint. 0 points in the paint in the third quarter, and for the entire second half, only 4. And, yeah, he was missing some shots that he would normally make, and he looked tired. And it all felt like, to me anyway, that things went really downhill for the Spurs after he picked up that flagrant foul. Early on, he's, doing a little trash talking, and, man, they were perfect in the first half. To blow a lead like that, though, even for a guy like Victor, who's been able to dig deep down, and he has a resolve about him, I don't know. Maybe that egg that hit him, which is just ridiculous that those players are having to deal with that at the hotel afterwards. And the police, from what I can tell, haven't been able to find him and whoever did that. But throwing an egg at him, I mean, it's just stupid and disgusting. But maybe that will piss him off and help recharge. But I don't know. Victor is not blameless in what happened last night in New York by any stretch of the imagination. Let's see if we can get another call in here before the break. Mike, you've been on a while. Mike, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you guys doing?
Good.
I just wanted to chime in. Like I said, great calls coming on in and so forth. Last night's game was a heartbreaker, definitely. God dog it. I left work early. I got there mid-third quarter. Thought we were going to go for a win. And honestly, like the guys that called in said, man, the three-point shots were crazy. Like you just said earlier, too, about, driving down that clock and being a little more efficient and smart on what we're doing is big. But, I still got confidence in the game. What we got to do, we can do it, though. It's a matter of, we're going to have some fans here and there for 2 games. One over there, we can do it. But the biggest thing is, if we don't, and I'm just saying if we don't, man, next year's a great rebuild. We got to get somebody. I love Cornette, man. Trust me, I love him to death. But we got to get somebody deep inside who can at least do 10 and 10.
Well,
because
Mike, I appreciate the call and the confidence you have in this group. And when it's over, whenever it is, whether it's Saturday night or late next week and the Spurs win a Game 7 and we're after the parade, we'll talk about the things that this roster needs. And it will be a different roster. I'm not ready to go there yet. I mean, it's on life support. There's a DNR in place, all of that. This roster, again, this team was not expected to make a run like this year. It was not. The roster construction says so, and we know there are some holes on this roster. They didn't make a move at the trade deadline, which tells me they didn't think they would be making a run into June, into the NBA Finals. And when it's all said and done, while this sucks and it hurts, we'll look back and think what a great season it was and project how many rings Victor is going to get. But time and place. Right now, it's post-mortem after the collapse last night and how pissed off every Spur fan is. It's a therapy session here on the Blitz. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. You want to chime in, you can also comment on our YouTube page. Get to YouTube through sasportstar.com, or if you're on YouTube, you can just search out San Antonio Sports Star and get there. And if you're looking for a place Saturday night to go watch the game, the Roo Pub is the spot, the best place to watch any big game. World Cup is starting today, obviously, the finals games, baseball. No better place to watch with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. And when you get into the Roo Pub, go hungry. The food is fantastic. I love the fried shrimp over there. They have the biggest and best wings in town. Love the hot dogs. They got about 15 different burgers on the menu. Great appetizers as well. Pledger tells me the salads are wonderful, and that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Taking you home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Healthy vision is about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a data analyst.
Hey, what model did you use for these quarterly projections?
Astrology. If Mercury's in retrograde, sales tank. If Venus is rising, we crush Q4.
You built our revenue forecast off horoscopes?
Yeah, the Zodiac. never lies.
This is a job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Eczema, eczema, eczema. So many ads for eczema products. But those fancy TV ads don't mention that those prescription products can cost thousands of dollars. There's a smarter way. It's Exoderm for eczema and dermatitis. Exoderm costs less than $20. Yep, less than $20. You don't need a prescription, and it's available on the first aid aisle of your local store. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean, hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives or nasty chemicals. Exoderm, fast, effective relief from the itching and inflammation of eczema. This stuff really does work. Take back control. Heal eczema flares with soothing Exoderm Flare Control Cream. It's on the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, and at Target and Walmart too. Exoderm for eczema. Now that's smart.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
It was a collapse in New York City last night as the Spurs blew a 29-point lead following 107-106 to the Knicks in Game 4 as OG Anunoby tipped in the game winner with 1.2 seconds left. Victor Wembanyama did get assessed a flagrant foul during the game, which means his next infraction will suspend him for a game. Game 5 will be Saturday back here at the Frost Bank Center.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minnix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It's a therapy session today on the Blitz. 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. If you're watching on YouTube, appreciate that. You can comment there, vote in the poll as well. And again, the poll, mainly because this morning I had to take my car in for service. Everybody at the place talking Spurs and blaming somebody. So who shoulders the brunt of the blame? Because quite frankly, they're all to blame. The dude that wraps the ankles, I'm blaming him too. AJ's stupid cat, all of it is being blamed today. I woke up angrier this morning than when I went to bed last night. And I love how San Antonians protect Vic. Because right now we got 3 on the board. Mitch Johnson, 59%. That seems about right. De'Aaron Fox, 29%. Victor only getting 12% of the vote. Now, granted, I was going to put Fox, Mitch. But we did throw Vic in there. Just I wanted to see if you guys would say, you know what, that guy can get blamed for things. And you know what? He is not above criticism. He's not. Because none of them were good in the second half last night. That was a collective collapse that we saw. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. We'll take your calls throughout the day, but you know we have to do this. It's called the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novu Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
Now, while we didn't have President Trump at the game last night, we did have Taylor Swift with a very cool Stevie Nicks shirt, which apparently is selling gazillions on whatever. Of course, Taylor is a big part of it. But not everybody apparently was happy that Taylor Swift was there, including ESPN's Monica McNutt, who is also the analyst for the Knicks radio network. Pledge, this is where you hit play. Apparently not. See, it's another turnover. What do you mean you don't have it? I sent it to you earlier. Sent you 2 things on Monica McNutt. All right. Well, moving on. She has since apologized and said she was wrong. She got caught in an open mic saying that why is Taylor here? She's not even a Knicks fan. And the Swifties have gone after Monica McNutt because apparently she has been at a lot of Knicks games through the years, even though her fiancé is a Cavs fan and she was at a Cavs game. She's been courtside at many Knicks games before. So she has since apologized. But that doesn't matter. Let's talk Blink-182. Pledge, you sent me something on Blink-182. And they've got, I don't have it up in front of me. Tell us what's going on with Blink-182 and this new record they're coming out with.
Well, it's a re-release. It's the 25th anniversary of the Take Off Your Pants and Jacket album.
Okay.
And for their 25th anniversary album, they are going to release 6 bonus tracks on said album.
Okay.
And apparently, at least according to Mark Hoppus, you can't get these anywhere else.
Time to Break Up will never be on Spotify. The bonus tracks are never coming to Spotify. Never, ever, ever. Not going to happen. Ever, ever.
Don't tell me that it's over. I'm not used to this temptation. And when you come back running, there's no use for explanation.
Now, some of the bonus tracks will never get radio play for obvious reasons. You can't say the titles of them. But it does fall right into what you would get with Blink-182. Although one of them could be a theme song for what the Spurs are going through right now. I don't know what the song is like. Haven't heard it yet. Don't tell me it's over. That is there. You know, we might have to roll with our boys from Kingdom Collapse Survivor. Can the Spurs survive this series down 3-1? But Blink-182 isn't the only band that's making the headline Blitz today. Another one of my favorites is Green Day. They actually have a movie coming out.
You drove away with this in your vehicle. We're a band, we're opening for Green Day. Nobody gives a
Give him hell.
Jody, have you ever snuck into a concert?
Yeah, actually.
How'd you do it? Oh, you a roadie.
A roadie? Have you seen a roadie?
This Green Day movie comes out in August. The trailer is fantastic. Of course, it's Green Day. It's going to be good. Quick headline Blitz because it's a therapy session day. More phone calls. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Again, phone lines are jammed. When one drops, you can fill it, and it's a get-it-off-your-chest kind of day. 210-656-3776. Hey, Mark, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man? Mark?
Oh, my bad. Hey, I just want to say I love all the shows. Everybody, you Pledge, y'all always hold it down. Just last night, I think was the nail in the coffin for Fox. I still love him, respect him. I hope he stays with us. It's just that too many mental mistakes. And again, everybody loves him. I might get crucified for this one, but where in the world was our 6th man of the year? He only had 2 more points than me.
You know
what is going on? What I want to support him, and it's hard when we get a Game 7 performance. He plays with his life on the line, and then bam, lays an egg. Like I just need some reassurance that he's there.
I mean, Keldon did play 18 minutes last night and was 1 of 5. But he has done a good job in this series defensively on Karl Anthony Towns. And so he might not be filling up the stat sheet with his points, but he has had some productive minutes. But they all were a part of that collapse last night. As far as De'Aaron Fox, dude isn't going anywhere. That big extension kicks in next year. I don't want to say, I don't even know. I don't think De'Aaron Fox is going anywhere, but I'll tell you, watching Dylan Harper on the floor with Vic is, well, that's the future. That really is going to be the future. Wookie, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Well, my therapy has been bourbon and Coke since about 11 p.m. yesterday, and I'm not stopping yet till probably Saturday. So if I slur a little bit, I apologize ahead of time. But
as we've been, friends and talk about plenty of Spurs games, man, the only thing I keep just seeing across the board is lack of leadership. I mean, I've never been a Mitch Johnson fan, as you know, but everybody, even in this coaching staff, nobody knows these guys at all. And I just can't believe 5 coaches can sit there and one not walk up to him and go, hey, what's going on? We're up 29. Okay, we're up 20. We're up 15. We're up 10. Somewhere along that line, somebody's got to stand up as a coach. Even if you're not the head coach, somebody has to stand up and say, what are we doing here? Because obviously it's not on the floor. On the floor, we lack so much leadership, it's ridiculous. Never an A.V. Johnson, big fan. Tony Parker, I was 50-50. But, as a point guard, they still took leadership roles. Even when it was, Tim's team and David's team and all those teams, there's no leadership on the floor. And until we get that, until we have somebody who's ready to grab somebody else by their collar and say, let's get it on. We gotta do better. We're never going to go anywhere, because if you're out coached by what's his name for the Knicks? Mike Brown. See how much I think of him? Mike Brown. If you're out coached by Mike Brown, that's like losing a race. A running race against Fluffy the comedian, who's a fat SOB. I mean, come on, man.
I like Mike Brown, but I'm with you. And it's interesting, Wookie, when you think about the Spurs coaching staff, and yeah, they might not be the most recognizable names. That doesn't mean they're not great at what they do. Nobody knew who Sean Sweeney was. He's going to be the next head coach of the Orlando Magic whenever this Spurs season does come to an end. There is talent on that coaching staff. Just because they're not household names doesn't mean that they don't know what they're doing. And Mitch Johnson, for all the negative that's being said about him, the way he has handled this series, and that criticism is well earned on his part, it's his first year as a head coach. And he's got his team in the NBA Finals. He's doing something right. But I did hear one of the analysts this morning say what this staff lacks is a former head coach and a guy that's been there in those situations. And you go back and you think about how, like, Jerry Jones generally wants a coach that has coaching experience. And you see a lot of coaches that were head coaches, they'll go be an assistant somewhere, and they just offer a little bit different perspective, because those are massive shoes to fill for anybody, but especially when you're replacing a guy like Greg Popovich. I think about it like a Mike Malone. Somebody that could have gone the assistant route that's been a head coach. You think about a guy like P.J. Carlissimo, for years, been a head coach, was a great assistant coach. They just offer something, and in a situation like that, you wonder if that could have helped. Something. I don't know. We'll find out. More of your calls as we continue. If you got a line, stay there. Antonio Daniels will join us coming up in about 20 minutes or so. We'll get his perspective on what went wrong last night and how, if this team can mentally put that behind them and move on and somehow extend this series with Game 5 Saturday night at the Frost Bank Center. More of your calls coming up here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Morning Huddle.
So I haven't had Red Diamond in over 2 weeks.
Oh, my.
So
what are you supplementing with?
I've got some Bai coconut waters that I'm kind of BAI.
Yeah, no, it's coconut water that
we see
does,
other people
that does sex with guys and
we see
girls.
other people.
See,
but Bai.
It's coconut water that
I don't know
slept
why
with a pineapple.
I don't know why I didn't hear that before I said it. I really didn't. And the funny thing is, I've been talking about my Bai coconut water to a lot of people over the last 3 days. And it didn't strike me what that sounded like until right now.
Yeah.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brewery, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination, with over 80 feet of video walls, 60 craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. A full bar and delicious menu. Novo Brewery is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours. San Antonio's playoff headquarters has arrived. Novo Brewery features 80 feet of video walls, craft beers, hard kombucha on tap, and the food menu that means business. Thick-cut ribeye, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, carne asada fries, and more. And with its own private entrance separate from North Star Mall, no hassle, just you, your crew, and the biggest screens in the city at Novo Brewery. Open late. Visit novobrew.com. Novo Brewery. Come hungry. Stay for the game.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive home and auto bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ Bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 9 plant protein bars, 8 hydration mixes, and 4 mushroom coffee sticks. And now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping when you text RADIO to 64,000. Text RADIO to 64,000 to get your 20% off. That's RADIO to 64,000.
Attention soccer fans. House of Cards and Collectibles on Vance Jackson has the 2026 Panini Prism FIFA Soccer Card Packs in stock. Pull cards from Mbappe, Messi, Kane, Bellingham, and many more. Find autographs and serial numbered cards randomly inserted. House of Cards and Collectibles also has FIFA World Cup sticker albums and packs. Come in today before they're all gone. House of Cards and Collectibles at 2105 Vance Jackson Road.
Baseball fans, check out the inaugural season of the San Antonio River Monsters, part of the TCL, a wood bat league featuring some of the best college players. A monster-sized good time for the entire family. Get your tickets today at rivermonstersbaseball.com.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Thomas J. Henry Law fights even when the insurance company says your claim is worth nothing. Thomas J. Henry doesn't back down. That's how we put over $1 billion in our clients' pockets in just the last 4 years. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
This World Cup update on San Antonio Sports Star is brought to you by Twin Peaks.
You could win unmatched views of the match during the Twin Peaks Go for the Gold giveaway presented by Michelob Ultra and Casamigos. Visit TwinPeaksSoccer.com to enter for your chance to win by June 14th. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
The Spurs and the Knicks. This is where you come to talk about the finals. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
About an hour and 20 minutes into the show, and I don't feel better. I really don't. I woke up angry today. It's been a long time since I was that angry after a Spurs loss. Literally cannot believe what I saw. I mean, 2013 finals, 0.4 from Derek Fisher, the Manu foul on Dirk, being the 1 seed and bounced by the Grizzlies. I mean, there have been some horrific moments in Spurs playoff history. And I know I'm prisoner of the moment right now. I don't know where this one ranks, but it's right up there, where you just feel like everything got ripped out. Everything. How in the hell does that team score 76 points in the first half and play that great of basketball and poop the bed the way they did in the second half? I mean, you can have a bad quarter, but at some point, fix it. At some point, stop the bleeding. At some point, I mean, a 29-point lead feels like you can't blow that. You can't. Like, damn near impossible. Well, it's the largest comeback in finals history. For a great defensive team that features the Defensive Player of the Year. I know some of you, they had that big 20-something point comeback against Cleveland. Well, Cleveland has James Harden on defense. The Spurs have Victor Wembanyama, the unanimous Defensive Player of the Year. A guy like Steph Castle. Incredible. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. It is the Blitz. I'm Jason Minnix. You can get me on Twitter at Jason Minnix. Tune in on the YouTube page. You can comment there. Who shoulders the brunt of the blame? Mitch Johnson leading the way right now. 186 votes, 59% are going to him, only 12 to Wemby. And, because I'm solo today with Ryan Nagel on a beach in Mexico, I'm not reading as many of the comments, and quite frankly, I'm seeing them, but getting to them on air is a little bit different. But, again, it's a get it off your chest kind of day. A little bit of therapy. Because that's what I think we all need right now. You want to talk it through. Everywhere I went this morning, whether it was I had to take my car in for service, the dealership, and I'm wearing a Spurs shirt, it was what everybody was talking about. Whether they knew what I did for a living or not, that's what everybody was talking about. Walk in and grab some breakfast tacos this morning. Obviously not free ones because the Spurs didn't win last night, but I needed a better taco anyway that I went and paid for. I'm wearing a Spurs shirt, and guy literally said, how can you wear that today? They're still my team. I can be mad at my team and still love them. But I can be mad at them. I'm not going to just not wear my gear or support my team because the heartbreak of a brutal meltdown last night. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Noel, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Yeah, I hear you. It was a devastating loss yesterday, but this is the way I'm looking at it. If we change it and we come back and we win in 7, it's just going to put Wemby on a pedestal. That's the way I'm going to look at it, and hopefully it comes true. I mean, that's all we can do. We can't do nothing about yesterday, but we can sure do something about tomorrow.
Absolutely. And Saturday night, obviously, for Game 5. And I appreciate the optimism. And maybe I'll be there tomorrow. Maybe I will. And I'm going to Game 5. After the Spurs won the other night, my daughter texted, said she's been wanting to go. Yep, fly in from Phoenix. We'll go to a game. I know it's going to be expensive. And from what I've seen, it might be more expensive than I thought because Knick fans buying up the tickets hoping to watch their team celebrate. But when you look at it, and I would like to be wrong here, and for those of you that have called in and said, yeah, they can win 3 straight, because a lot of Spurs fans, understandably, even though they are down 3-1, feel like the Spurs have been the better team for about 45 minutes of each game, of a 48-minute game. They've had the lead late in every one of these games. Hell, even Mitch Johnson said last night, their mistakes have cost them.
Again, we have 2 days to put everything we have into that game. That's the only game that matters. And, by no means am I not acknowledging the Knicks and what they've done and give them credit for playing good basketball, but we feel like we've decided the outcome of all 4 games, and we need to be better in the next game.
I mean, that sounds like the coach is saying, yep, we gave these games away, more so than the Knicks have beaten them. The Knicks have won. They're up 3-1, and give them all the credit in the world. They have made clutch play after clutch play. And I think that's what hurts a little bit more today for me. Seeing how the Spurs choked in game 1 and gave away game 2, and the way they responded there to get game 3. But mentally, I don't know how you overcome blowing a lead like you had and losing the way they did. Mentally, I don't know how you overcome that. But this team has surprised us. I can go glass half full here for a minute. This team has surprised us many times. When they went down in the series to Oklahoma City, a lot of us thought, well, there they go. They're done. Yet they were able to come back and get wins. Got a Game 7 win on the road in Oklahoma City that nobody thought was going to happen. But the Knicks are up 3-1. A team that had won 13 straight, lost, played like dog crap for a half, getting embarrassed in their building in front of all those celebrities, only for the Spurs to play one of the more embarrassing halves of pro basketball. I mean, I imagine the Atlanta Hawks, who were down 50 in their building, were going, wow, I've never seen anything like that. Because you think about one of the biggest chokes in sports history. Obviously, 28-3 is going to come up. I saw a little meme with the Falcons logo with the spur on it. Oiler fans know, Buffalo Bills. I mean, the difference is those were in deciding games. Spurs still have an opportunity. But in the real world, do you truly think they can win 3 straight? Now, 2 are going to be in San Antonio if they're able to force this into a Game 7. And, man, had the Knicks come back like they did and lost, all the advantage would be with the Spurs. All of it. Let's go back to the phones. Husky, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
What's up, big dog? Hey, Home Tester, class of 85.
Yes, sir.
Joe, here's my thing.
Joe's on the beach in Mexico. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. But speaking of Reinagel, so this morning when I got up, I gave him a call because I was doing a wellness check on him, and his phone went straight to voicemail. So you may want to, check up on him, make sure he's doing okay.
Well, Husky, the difference is I know Joe pretty well. If you called him, it comes up as an unknown number, and he ain't answering that. He thought you were a spam call.
Okay, that's my first thing. My second thing was, so when I felt inside of my heart, when I thought this was not going to be our night, was when Wemby missed those 2 free throws. I think that was the first time this season he missed 2 free throws. He hadn't done that all season.
I mean, disappointing for sure, Husky. Appreciate the phone call. I mean, just everything that could go wrong was going wrong for the San Antonio Spurs. Missing free throws. He clearly looked like he had run out of gas. And Mitch Johnson is so afraid to take him off of the floor, Luke Cornett couldn't even get in there for a minute to give him a bit of a breather. And again, missed free throws are inexcusable. It happens. It was surprising for sure because that's a guy that you want on the free throw line, De'Aaron Fox, making the decision he did late. When it looked like the Spurs had made the play and they were going to get a big play to win the game or potentially win the game, and De'Aaron Fox gets blocked. And I know a bunch of people have sent the still photo that shows that OG got his arm and not the ball. Foul wasn't called. That was still a bad basketball decision by De'Aaron Fox, your veteran player, De'Aaron Fox. We all know in a situation like that, you dribble it out, you run clock, you get fouled, and you go to the free throw line. Sure, no guarantees that he makes the free throws, but he's a great free throw shooter. But you still bleed more clock. and they didn't do it. Hey, man, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, sir?
Jason, how you doing?
Had better days.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for giving us this therapy session. So what I'm going to do is I'd like to blame someone that I'm not hearing too much about, and then also I want to give you my best take at being an optimist, all right?
All right.
So number one is Steph Castle. I love Steph Castle. He's probably my second favorite player after Wemby.
Yep.
But, I mean, he's got to chill. You can't just be on 10, be that aggressive all the time and cost your team. I mean, he got that third foul with about 8 minutes left in the second. Got that fourth foul with about 8 minutes left in the third. I mean, of course, takes himself out of the game. That's just rough. And my best. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. I was going to say I want to say what you think about that, about Castle. I mean, he's hurting the team and
I mean,
quite a bit here in these playoffs.
He's got to be aggressive, man. And we're up against the break with Antonio Daniels standing by. But I look at last night, and if you think about what I was saying on the show yesterday, the officials are going to be a part of the story. How are they going to call the game? And you saw Karl Anthony Towns on the bench with 2 fouls like that. That early challenge from Mitch Johnson was brilliant. Although in the moment I'm like, why are you challenging this early? But it got Cat out of the game. But they were calling it tight. Steph Castle is an aggressive player. I hate when he gets that third foul and he didn't need to. It's kind of like Wemby picking up a foul late. You don't need him there. Get him out of the game and try to protect. Those are some things on Mitch that I think Mitch can learn from. Steph Castle has to play smarter and not take himself out of the game. But I do not want that guy playing less aggressive because the Spurs need his aggressive play. You hate when you see him calling it that tight and it feels ticky-tack, but everybody gets ticky-tack fouls. I do not want Steph Castle playing cautious out there. I love the way he plays. Now, he's got to be smarter, obviously, but I disagree. I don't want Steph Castle to change his aggressive nature. He's got to be smarter about it, obviously, but I think we all knew going into that game they were going to call that thing tight, and they did, and it cost the Knicks early. I mean, really, with Cat out of the game early, that allowed the Spurs to do what they did. And if the Spurs don't have this colossal collapse, that's one of the major storylines of the game, would have been the officials early having Karl Anthony Towns with 2 fouls as quickly as he had to head to the bench. Antonio Daniels won a ring with the Spurs. Great broadcaster on Sirius XM and with the New Orleans Pelicans. He'll try to make sense of what we saw last night and give us a player perspective on how they can respond for Game 5 coming up Saturday night. Our good friend AD next here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know what? With summertime being here, it is a great time to get out the golf clubs, get your friends together, and go play golf out at the Golf Club of Texas. It is a fantastic place to have a great day with your family, with your friends, whoever you want to go out there and play golf with. It's a perfect place. And in fact, with all the recent rains, that golf course is in excellent shape. It looks fantastic. In fact, you're going to think it's a private country club. It's not, though. It is open to the public 7 days a week. So you can go out there anytime. Doesn't have to be on the weekend. How about a Monday or Tuesday or any day that ends in Y for that matter? When you go out there hungry, though. You got to have lunch out at the Tin Cup Bar and Grill. That place is phenomenal. They've got all the best food out there. They can make you pretty much whatever you want, and it's not going to break the bank. Not to mention the fact they've got a full bar out there. Any kind of cocktail you want, they'll whip it up for you, plus a huge selection of ice-cold beer. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether it's for dinner at the Tin Cup or round with your buddies, your next tournament, go check them out. Best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas. I've got great news for you. DraftKings Sports is now live in all 50 states, and yes, that means us right here in Texas. The whole world is watching one tournament right now. It is group stage chaos, knockout drama, stoppage time heartbreak. All the excitement right in the palm of your hands because DraftKings Sports is now live in Texas. The biggest stage right in the palm of your hands. New DraftKings customers sign up with code 941SportsStar. Spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards. That's code 941SportsStar. In partnership with DraftKings DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC-registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim. Issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends June 28th. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo.
'Twas the night before Father's Day, and all through the house, Dad slept in his recliner, completely passed out. Magellan Outdoors and Titleist win the night as Dad dreams of gifts from Academy, the kind he'd like. Because tomorrow's not just Father's Day, you see. It's Dad Christmas at Academy. Line up before the doors open on Saturday, June 13th to score a promo card worth up to $500. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Fun can't lose. Select Austin and San Antonio Academy stores. No purchase necessary. Open to Texas residents 18 or older. Visit academy.com/official rules.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Hello, I'm Ozempic. And I'm other GLP-1s, kind of like him. Hey, are you shaking a maraca? No, I'm shaking the pill version of Ozempic, which no one should ever do except in ads like this. A nice disclaimer. Hey, thanks. Ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of the Ozempic pen or pill may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets, 9 milligrams, and Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
The Spurs and the Knicks. This is where you come to talk about the finals. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Man, James Pledger on his game all day. Undone from Korn, bringing us back in after the Spurs became undone last night in a colossal collapse. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Ryan Eagles on vacation. I'm Jason Minnix. Our good friend Antonio Daniels, the color analyst for the New Orleans Pelicans. You can also hear him on Sirius XM NBA radio. And, of course, he won a ring with the San Antonio Spurs, joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. AD, it's been a therapy session all day, but I need a player's perspective on what you saw last night.
And honestly, Jay, my perspective isn't that much different than the therapy session because we all watch the same thing. Fans are smart. We all watch the same thing. We all watched a 29-point lead in the first half and a 27-point lead at halftime slowly but surely evaporate in that second half. And the New York Knicks just methodically, systematically walked the Spurs down. They did. And I've said this from day one. And I know people hate to hear it, but it's the truth in life. You can't expedite experience. You can't. You would love to speed up the process to the point where Victor Wembanyama is the unanimous MVP and unanimous Defensive Player of the Year, and Dylan Harper is now a perennial all-star, one of the best players in the league. You would love to expedite the process. You can't. The only way to actually get there is to go through some of the growing pains that the Spurs have gone through. I thought Victor Wembanyama may have been the first player to make me rewire my thought process about skipping steps. Like maybe he was that impactful where the Spurs could go from 13th in the Western Conference to an NBA championship. But what we are beginning to see is steps are a real thing, and skipping steps really aren't an option.
Yeah, they're really not. Antonio Daniels here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. And I totally agree 100% with that, although they've done a good job of not letting the inexperience show until they've gotten here to the NBA Finals. But it was their veteran player, De'Aaron Fox. Now, everybody had a hand in what happened last night. But De'Aaron Fox down the stretch, when he didn't dribble it out and get fouled, going in for that layup. And he said afterwards, I was just trying to outrun everybody. And then leaving the inbounders. I don't want to say I would expect a mistake like that from a Dylan Harper or a Steph Castle because they're young, but I don't expect that from a veteran guy like De'Aaron Fox.
I'll say this first and foremost. I have the ultimate amount of respect for De'Aaron Fox. Love him. I love him as a dude, love him as a person, great heart, great family. That particular situation, like, Jason, I feel like this is a part of today's NBA that isn't discussed enough. We spend so much time celebrating and heroing offensive skill. And it's warranted. I say all the time, this is the most offensively skilled generation of the NBA that's ever existed. But an area that is undervalued, underappreciated, and underdiscussed is basketball IQ. And by basketball IQ, Jay, what I'm referencing is time, score, situation, what's needed, and when it's needed. I think what bothered me more than anything else wasn't the fact that De'Aaron Fox took the layup. It was the fact that in the locker room, post-game, he didn't say, you know what I should have done was dribble the basketball back out. So basically, he doubled down on his decision. And I always have thought, there are certain situations within sports where time trumps the points. Think about football. Mm-hmm. There's a time where a guy can score, and as opposed to scoring, he drops at the goal line. You know why? Because the clock is more important than the points are. And yesterday was one of those situations where the clock is more important than the points. The possession is more important than the points. So regardless of if you could outrun him or not, in my opinion, as a guy who thought the game like a point guard, that's still not the right decision. I was never the player De'Aaron Fox was. Never. De'Aaron Fox is a heck of a talent. Great talent. But there's a difference in today's NBA, between point guards and lead guards. Point guard is not a skill set. It's a mindset. It's the way you think the game, right? You have to understand time, score, situation, what's needed and when it's needed. And in that particular case, I think what bothered me more than anything is the fact that De'Aaron Fox doubled down on it as opposed to simply taking accountability. Like, look, I made the wrong decision. I messed up. I probably should have dribbled that basketball back out and trusted myself to go to that foul line and knock down free throws because it puts my team in a more advantageous situation.
Antonio Daniels here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. To stay with the time and score theme, if you will, all the threes in the second half, when you have that big of a lead, bothered me, especially when so many of them happened with more than 15 seconds on the shot clock. They did nothing to shorten the game, and when they aren't making them, why is Mitch Johnson or the players on the floor saying, we've got to stop taking all these threes in this current situation? They were playing like they were down 20, trying to come back.
And again, that's time, score, situation, what's needed and when it's needed. In the first half, you knocked down 14 threes, right? NBA Finals record for a half as far as made threes are concerned. And there also comes a time where you got to read the room and understand, as well as we shot it in the first half, we're not shooting it as well in the second half. You know, I saw a stat today. The third quarter, Wemby played all but 52 seconds in the third quarter.
Yep.
All but 52 seconds. So we played 11 minutes and 8 seconds in the third quarter. Do you know how many points the San Antonio Spurs tallied in the paint?
0, which is incredible.
0. And here's the thing, though. When you have a team full of guys that play downhill and a guy that's 7'5", that can't happen. Because it's not just about Victor Wembanyama being 7'5", right? When you think about 0, you think about, well, Dylan Harper is a great player that gets going downhill, and the New York Knicks don't have anybody that can guard him. Why he's not playing in the fourth quarter is beyond me. That's another topic for another conversation. Stephon Castle, great at attacking downhill. De'Aaron Fox, great at attacking downhill. Victor Wembanyama, offensive rebounding situations or lobs to go an entire quarter where you don't score or tally 1 point in the paint shows me a reliance on jump shooting, a reliance on three-point shots, a reliance on playing off of your back foot and not keeping your foot on the gas.
Antonio, I know you're limited on time today, and I do appreciate you jumping on with us. Player mentality. And I go back in 2013, and I heard Manu say that he couldn't get over the Game 6 loss in Game 7 happened. So if Tim, Tony, and Manu couldn't get over what happened in a Game 6 for a Game 7, how does this young Spurs team get over what happened last night for a Game 5 and then maybe a Game 6 and a Game 7? I mean,
I would love to sit here and say, you know what, you just keep it moving. And the thing is, it's not losing. It's how you lose. When I watch the same New York Knicks team with 7.5 minutes left in the Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals walk down the Cleveland Cavaliers, I said at that time, the Cleveland Cavaliers will not win a game. They won't win another game because that is a tough loss to get over. That's a tough loss to get over. One of the best things about being young is you don't know any better sometimes. Sometimes being naive is a great thing because it's like you can simply move on. You can process it and move on. And it'll be interesting to see on Saturday how the Spurs collectively respond to losing this 29-point lead. Because it can happen either way. Like it can resonate with you, and you can sit on it, and then take that out to the floor, and it could be a blowout. We've seen this. Or you can go out and you can fight. Because there are things that play in your mind mentally. The fact that the San Antonio Spurs, for the majority of this series, have been the better team minutes-wise. But the San Antonio Spurs have not been the more experienced team minutes-wise when it counts the most, during the most impactful time of the game, which is the last 4, 5, 6 minutes of a game. And a lot of times that's the difference between winning and losing basketball games. I am very, very interested to see how this young Spurs team gets up off the mat, because this is something different that they have not dealt with yet. You've been knocked down before, but you've never been knocked down like this in the NBA Finals. Jason, nobody wants to be on the wrong side of history. So it'll be interesting. This is a mental perseverance game for the San Antonio Spurs and head coach Mitch Johnson.
It's going to be an interesting couple of days until we get to that game, and I just hope we don't see the Knicks celebrating Saturday night in San Antonio. Antonio Daniels here on the Blitz, a great friend of the show, used to work here, now does SiriusXM, the New Orleans Pelicans TV games, SiriusXM, and you got your basketball camp, DanielsFamilyFoundation.com. I know you're in a hurry today, but always want to make sure kids get signed up for your camp because it truly is an incredible camp that my daughter went to for many years when she was little.
You said it, DanielsFamilyFoundation.com, ages 6 to 17, co-ed, boys and girls, all levels welcome. Me and my family have been doing this for now. This is 25 years. Every kid gets a T-shirt. Every kid gets fed. If your child cannot afford to go and they would need a scholarship to attend, we don't turn kids away. we do not turn kids away. And it's a camp, as you know, Jay, that I'm there all day, every day. It's not a camp that I put my name on it, show up, sign autographs, and leave. We want to instill in children something that will last far beyond that basketball bouncing. And that's really what our camp is about. Yep, basketball skills are important, but life skills are more important.
DanielsFamilyFoundation.com. Antonio Daniels, appreciate you jumping on today. I know you got a lot going on, man. We'll catch up soon, my friend.
For sure. I appreciate you, brother.
Awesome,
Anytime.
man. Appreciate it. Antonio Daniels on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. Part of the therapy session, and Antonio Daniels is right. And you can be a fan of De'Aaron Fox, but I like how he said, you know what? He doubled down on a bad decision in the locker room, and that is concerning. You know, De'Aaron Fox did not make the right basketball play. I'd imagine at that basketball camp, you learn a little bit about situational awareness, and the right thing to do there for De'Aaron Fox was not to try to score, but dribble around, bleed clock, get fouled, force the Knicks to foul, and go to the free throw line. Even if he doesn't make the free throws, but he is a great free throw shooter, you're taking more time off, and you're giving yourself more of a chance to win. Obviously, if he makes that, you know, we're all celebrating and all that kind of stuff. It still wasn't the right basketball play to make. Let's get more of your calls in because, man, the phone lines are stacked. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. It's a therapy session today here on The Blitz. You want to get it off your chest. You need the vent. This is the place to do it. Brian, you're on The Blitz. What's going on, my friend?
Hey, how you doing, guys? Thank you for taking my call. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Man, I love listening to AD. I can listen to him all day. But I just want to read a couple of stats that I found online. It was a post online I found very interesting and eye-opening in regards to the coaching staff and possibly how this leads to the ineptness of them. I read this post reads that the Spurs have blown 19 double-digit leads across the regular season and 26 playoffs, and the Spurs have held a double-digit lead in 72% of the losses during the regular season, setting a record for the highest blown double-digit leads in the 30 years that the play-by-play tracking has been played. So that just leads me to believe that this is a problem that has occurred for the coaching staff throughout the season, not just the playoffs. This is just something that has occurred throughout the regular season. You know, we see that the coaching staff plays a major role in the success of a team. And I think with this talent, we can't afford to sit on our hands, or the Spurs can't afford to sit on their hands and just wish for the best. I think we need to be more aggressive and possibly go after maybe a Spoelstra, bring him in, even though he has 3 years on his contract. What do you think of that?
So you want to fire Mitch Johnson already, huh?
Well, I mean, it's not fire him, but here's the thing.
Brian, I hear what you're saying, and I'm mad at Mitch today, too. It's his first year as a head coach, and he's got this young team in the NBA Finals when nobody thought they were going to be here. I mean, when you look at the turnaround that this team has had over the last couple of years, even last year, you know, he didn't expect to have to be the interim head coach when Pop had the stroke. And then you lose Wemby to blood clots right after the All-Star break. But you could see the fingerprints of Mitch Johnson are on this team. This is his team. Last year, it felt like Pop's team. And I can be mad at Mitch for a lot of different things, but that dude has done one hell of a job. He was a finalist for Coach of the Year. I agree. And yeah, you're right. He is not Eric Spoelstra, but that doesn't mean in years from now he can't turn into what Eric Spoelstra is when you think about the roster that he has, this young talent that's in the NBA Finals. Will there be changes to the roster? You bet. And do they need to make some changes to this roster? Yes. But, you know, I can be mad at Mitch today and still love him, just like I can be mad at Wemby today and still love him, or at De'Aaron Fox, or, you know, when Manu Ginobili had a bad turnover, or the foul on Dirk, and still love him. But I am impressed. It only took less than 2 hours before our first Fire Mitch call of the day, but replace him with Eric Spoelstra, who has a job. Hey, Joshua, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey,
Jason, nothing much, but I mean, yes, you can blame De'Aaron Fox. He had some bad plays. But the blame has to go to Mitch Johnson, who, for some reason, just doesn't even put in part of the back end of his bench. I mean, we got so many millions sitting out there, Mason Plumlee, Olnick, or Biyombo. Like, there has to be a better answer out there. I mean, Wemby right now is playing horrible, especially in the third and fourth quarter. The guy missed 3 free throws. He was 1 for 4 in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Wemby is playing horrible. This whole finals, he's been a free throw merchant. We all make fun of SGA about being a free throw merchant, but we've even seen games where if this guy doesn't hit his 12 free throws, he's having maybe less than a double-digit game. It's just god-awful by him. And I think Mitch needs to adjust on the lineup. He needs to play better. There's a lot of times where I think he's just standing there and reverting to, it's kind of like Pop's still here. He's just waiting for someone to call that timeout or call whatever play needs to go in or do something. It's like, Mitch, this is your team. You need to not just sit there with the deer in the headlights. You need to make a move, make a call, do something with your adjustments. You need to let Harper start. Let Fox come off the bench. Like, let's switch something up. This is the last game. This is either do or die. You got to throw everything at it. And let's also talk about the aggressiveness of Wemby. We all love it, but I think Wemby's been spending too much time in Houston with the dream and building his offense and not learning how to play as a smart basketball player with Tim Duncan and David Robinson, which are in his home at the Rock where he practices, because now the next storyline is going to be Wemby is only 1 flagrant foul away from being suspended an entire game. So if the Spurs do win and Wemby gets a flagrant in this game, now you have to go to New York without Victor Wembanyama, who is your best player. Let's see what happens there.
Joshua, you're right there. But, I mean, again, it's not like Wemby picks up flagrants all the time. He's not Draymond Green with technical fouls, but it certainly is a concern. And if they don't win on Saturday, it doesn't matter. Their season is going to be over. But again, Mitch Johnson deserves all the criticism that he's getting today. So does Victor Wembanyama. This is still a team that is in the NBA Finals, and the inexperience is showing. Whether you're talking about the coach, how the coach is allowing his team to shoot threes the way they were shooting is beyond me. It almost seems like that's criminal. That should malpractice, whatever word you want to use, what we saw last night in the second half. That followed one of the best halves of basketball that we've seen from this San Antonio Spurs group. And the fact that you saw that half, those 2 halves of basketball in the same game, is mind-boggling. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. You know, let's give something away. Let's make somebody smile. Winner. There is a new baseball team in San Antonio called the San Antonio River Monsters. They're in the TCL League, that Wood Bat Collegiate League. They play their home games over at UIW. We've got a family 4-pack of tickets to give away. Let's do that right now. Give them a caller number 9, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. You want to learn more about the San Antonio River Monsters? They got a great logo, by the way. RiverMonstersBaseball.com. More of the therapy session coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you know you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747. Or you can start the bonding process online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail. You don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7. They have offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is KTFM Floresville and streaming online at sasportstar.com.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has greenlighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at TaxPro USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-444-9112. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call TaxPro USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-444-9112. 800-444-9112. That's 800-444-9112.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Looking for your new favorite spot in Stone Oak? Head to Doghouse Beer Garden for the best gourmet all-beef hot dogs, handcrafted sausages, and premium smash burgers, all on grilled King's Hawaiian rolls. And check out their brand new menu. Watch all the games at Doghouse Beer Garden, Stone Oak. It's a full-service bar and grill with 24 rotating craft beers on draft, plus wine and signature cocktails. Open late for summer at Stone Oak Parkway in 281. See for yourself why this is where being in the Doghouse is fun. The Doghouse Beer Garden in Stone Oak.
San Antonio, the Toros are back. 2-0 on the season. 2 wins, 2 shutouts. Defensive coordinator Jerry Glanville, yes, that Jerry Glanville, has the defense playing great and overshadowing the high-scoring offense. The Toros are back in action this Sunday against the Tall City Black Gold. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. at the Wheatley Heights Sports Complex. Family-friendly with the Kid Zone. Tailgating starts at 3. Get your tickets now for this Sunday's game at COFLToros.com. Join the Stampede. Vamos, Toros!
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Spurs choke one away last night, falling 107-106. Wemby got another flagrant as he is one away from being suspended for a game. Game 5 is Saturday back here at the Frost Bank Center as the Spurs look to stave off elimination. In the NFL, the Chiefs add 2 more years to Mahomes' contract, and it's worth $239 million, while Sean Payton gets a new 5-year deal that keeps him in the Mile High City.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minnix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Voices today. Reinegel's on a beach in Mexico. Drunk. Probably a depressing drunk today.
We should be too.
Next week, for me anyway. I'm Jason Minnix. It is a therapy session today after that crap we saw last night. Knicks win at 107-106. Spurs led by 29. The Knicks' biggest lead last night, 1. Just dumb. It is a therapy session kind of day. You want to vent, you want to get it off your chest. That's what we're doing today. The anger, the frustration. I know I couldn't sleep last night. I woke up angrier this morning than when I went to bed last night. And I do believe part of that was just last night, the beer, but also I can't believe I just saw it. I think I went to bed stunned. I know I didn't sleep well last night, and I woke up angry. And then I had to take my car in for service this morning, so I go in there, I drop it off, and everybody's talking Spurs, and everybody's bitching, and everybody in a little bit of disbelief, shock, anger. I think all those emotions for everybody that roots for the San Antonio Spurs. So today is going to be a therapy session day. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. You can comment on our YouTube page as well. Get there through sasportstar.com. You can also vote in the poll, which kind of came from the dealership because everybody's blaming everybody. And quite frankly, everybody is to blame. But who shoulders the brunt of the blame for last night? Mitch Johnson leading the way right now in our YouTube poll at 57%. De'Aaron Fox at 29%. Victor is at 13%.
And nice to see Mitch getting the early pop treatment.
I mean, yeah. They popped 1-2 rings, and we still were getting fire pop calls. It wasn't until after the third ring that those kind of stopped. And then they did come back, but I think that had as much to do with everything that was going on with the team and Kawhi leaving and them starting to suck and then him getting very political. But you look at it, and after a game like that last night, Mitch deserves every bit of criticism. Victor probably deserves a lot more criticism than the 13%. You can criticize Wemby. It is allowed. He's not above criticism.
Just don't throw eggs at him.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's disgusting. What we're seeing in New York is disgusting. It's it's bad because we'll label New York fans that way. And what you're seeing is disgusting or disgraceful, and it's sad because New York is such a great city, and up until this, you thought they just had a great rabid fan base. But you see stuff like that, and I know a lot of Knicks fans are embarrassed by what they're seeing other Knicks fans doing. At least I hope they are, and they're saying that at the very least. But what really pisses me off about it is they're not policing themselves. And in a situation like that, they should be policing themselves. You see a fan wearing a Spurs jersey walking around New York City, a friendly FU is fine. But to kick their ass, to push them down from behind, and you got all those other people standing around, and nobody's helping them out, nobody is trying to play peacemaker, and I realize to a degree, you don't want to get into it, you don't want to fight, but it feels like more of them are encouraging it. And, of course, pulling out their phone and videoing it as opposed to trying to stop it. I don't get that. I really don't. All the people that are crowded around the hotel, and I know they've got barriers up, but it's still pretty close. But for somebody to throw eggs with enough people there, they can't find somebody and say, dude, you can't do that. Yeah, to me, that makes no sense. At some point, police yourselves. And there are cops there. Although with those kind of crowds, I don't know. It is embarrassing to see. It's embarrassing for New York City. But I have seen enough Knicks fans calling them out. But at some point, you would think they would police themselves to a degree. And we haven't seen it. It's sad. And when the Spurs win on Saturday and they go back for Game 6, you wonder what can be done differently. Can the league, can the city, can their police department, can their mayor, what can they do to ensure the safety of the team and the fans that are there for San Antonio for Game 6 on Tuesday night in New York City?
Let's see what you did there.
Did you see what I did there?
It did. I'm going to will this thing one game at a time.
I feel like the series got lost last night. I don't know how you come back from that.
You did call it a must-win.
Well, it will be a must-win. Somewhere Ryan will smile and say this is a must-win. And it is. And I know on our San Antonio Sports Star social channels, A.J. Hoffman from the Morning Huddle has a video. The series is over. He's not wrong. But this team has surprised me enough that if they were able to get this to a Game 7 and win it, this is a group that might be able to do it. None of us thought when they went down to Oklahoma City that they were going to end up winning that series, let alone a Game 7 on the road. But I don't know how mentally you overcome what we saw last night. And I say that, I mean, I've had a whole bunch of people, and my buddy Joel K., JK, just sent me the official Spurs work excuse, a patient suffering from Spurs trauma, and it's a get-out-of-work note. After evaluation, we've determined the patient suffered severe emotional trauma after witnessing the Spurs blow a 29-point lead. Patient is not contagious, but excessive complaining may spread rapidly to nearby coworkers. Now, the recommended treatment I do have a problem with because it says no sports talk for 24 hours. We can't do that. We need the sports talk. We need better doctors than whoever put this out. And damn it, JK, you're a nurse practitioner. You're basically a doctor. You should know better. You should be subscribing Sports Talk Radio because that's what we're doing here. It's a therapy session. Problem is, I was going to say JK can't prescribe you anything, but he probably could prescribe you some things to make you feel better today. It just might cost him his license. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Joe, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man? Joe?
Hey, I'm just wondering if, hey, I'm here.
Yep.
Hey, I was just wondering if the NBA commissioners come out and said anything about all this violence towards Spurs fans and especially towards our players.
I have not seen anything from the commissioner, but you know what he's going to say? I mean, I don't need the commissioner to tell me, stop it. I don't need the commissioner to say that that's not how NBA fans should be. I don't need the commissioner to say this is embarrassing for the city. I mean, what's he going to say? Keep it up? No, you know what he's going to say. He's probably embarrassed by it. I'm just, whatever extra security needs to be added for the team needs to be done. I don't know, you see where the bus pulls up to the hotel and they've got the barricades there. They're going to have to move them back even further. I mean, and it's a shame because one of the cool things when NBA players are around, there is accessibility. The NBA, you're very close to the players. I mean, last night in New York, you had the Celebrity Row. I almost wondered if they were going to storm the court when it's over like a college game, just because you had that crazy kind of a comeback. So it is kind of interesting when you look at it that way, but what is the commissioner going to say? Don't do that? Hey, Ray, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for taking my call as always. I just all year long I've been calling. I remember when we first got De'Aaron Fox, and I think it was sometime last year, maybe even a calendar year ago. I can't really remember. I'd called in and I told you guys that De'Aaron Fox isn't a winning player. I had specifically brought up an example where he had missed 2 free throws against the Lakers when he was on the Kings, and post-game was laughing about it. I just don't think he's a winning basketball player. I've been saying it forever now that Dylan Harper, is better than him. Dylan Harper should start. I've been very critical of Mitch. I never said fire Mitch or anything like that. I think this is just part of the growing pains. I do think Mitch has had a great season. Obviously, bad game last night. But, man, De'Aaron Fox, I mean, this guy cannot be our starting point guard starting next season. As a matter of fact, I think Saturday should be the switch. Start Harper. I mean, do you guys remember that game 1 where Harper played against the Thunder where De'Aaron Fox wasn't even available, I believe, in game 1 against the Thunder? I mean, how about Harper? Give him a shot. He doesn't even play the fourth quarter, guys. I mean, what do you think?
I don't understand why Harper isn't getting more minutes. I really don't. I don't know if that's Mitch being loyal to De'Aaron Fox. His contract says he's a starter. He is a starter in this league. And, by the way, I don't know. He's a point guard on this team that's in the NBA Finals. As much as we want to be mad at De'Aaron Fox today or Mitch Johnson today, this is a team in the NBA Finals. But the decision-making that De'Aaron Fox made last night is unacceptable, especially for a veteran guy. We talk about the youth of this basketball team a lot, and we wondered when that inexperience was going to show up. And you're right. De'Aaron Fox doesn't have experience in the NBA Finals, but that guy has been in the league long enough to know better, to make the right basketball play, and he did not. Even if he made that layup last night, that was not the right basketball play. Even though people have sent me the photo, he got fouled on it, that wasn't called, because it looked like OG had a clean block, and there's plenty of photos that looked like he got armed. Doesn't matter. That was still the wrong basketball play to make. And he said afterwards he thought he could outrun him. That's just wrong. And he made some other wrong decisions, but they all did in that game. You know, it's just like when Wemby is taking threes. You know, there was one that he actually made last night, and every time he took it, no, he made that one. I said, I still don't like that shot. They didn't need all those threes in the second half, especially with more than 15 seconds on the shot clock. They were playing like they were down 20 instead of up 20. It was a colossal collapse all the way around, and that starts with Mitch Johnson. Yeah, they were making all the threes in the first half, but in the second half, you don't need those. You need to bleed clock and shorten the game. New York needed possessions, and the Spurs gave it to them. The Knicks also made some incredible plays down the stretch, some incredible shots down the stretch. Give them credit. You have to give them credit. For that great comeback, you had to have a colossal collapse, and that's what you saw last night. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Let's give away some more tickets. San Antonio Toros, they are back. They're playing good. You know, Jerry Glanville is their defensive coordinator. They've played 2 games this year. They haven't given up a single point. 2 shutouts for that Jerry Glanville defense. They play Sunday night, 7 o'clock, at the Wheatley Heights Sports Complex. They have tailgating. It starts at 3. You can drink beer there. We've got a 4-pack of tickets. Let's give them away right now. Caller number 7, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 7, you're going to go see the San Antonio Toros. Outdoor football, 11-man football. COFLToros.com is their website. Caller 7, you're going to get to go to the game on Sunday night. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. More of this great therapy session as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let me tell you about Window Nation. You know, it is June now, and the weather is getting hot, and you know it's only going to get hotter. And you know exactly what that means. It means you're going to be running your air conditioner pretty much nonstop. Well, if you're like me, you don't want all that cold air going to the outside. But if your windows are bad, you know exactly that's what's going to happen. And that just adds to the money you're spending on your electric bill. Look, Window Nation is a great place to get those windows fixed, get them replaced. And right now is a great time to do that. They've got a sale going on. It's called Buy 4, Get 4 Free. Can you imagine replacing all your windows and getting half of them for free? That's a crazy deal. Plus, you can get them with no money down, no monthly payment or interest for 2 years. What a deal. You know this deal can't last that long. But Window Nation, they back them up with a lifetime warranty. They're also rated A+ with the Better Business Bureau. It is a great company to do business with. They're going to take care of you, whether it's now, a month from now, or 20 years from now, if you've got their windows in your house. Take advantage of Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. It's going on right now. Now, the sale's going to end soon. It has to. Too good of a deal. Go to windownation.com. That's windownation.com. That's how you book your consultation.
San Antonio's newest sports headquarters, Novo Brewery. Juicy, thick-cut ribeye, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, and more. This is bring your appetite food. Novo is attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Visit novobrew.com.
San Antonio, this Saturday at 4 p.m., catch the Gunslingers Superhero Game at Freeman Coliseum. The first 1,000 fans get a free custom superhero cape. Bring the family for nonstop action and fun. Tickets at sagunslingers.com. Be a hero Saturday.
This World Cup season, there's only one place to experience every USA match with fellow fans. Social Spot in San Antonio. Join them for the ultimate World Cup watch parties featuring giant screens, delicious food, tasty snacks, ice-cold beer, and the electrifying atmosphere of soccer's biggest tournament. Bring your
friends, wear your red, white, and blue, and cheer on Team USA every step of the way. Catch all the action at Social Spot, 930 Broadway, Social Spot, and San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the 2026 World Cup watch parties. Don't miss a minute of the excitement.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQBar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQBar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ bar products, plus free shipping. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 9 plant protein bars, 8 hydration mixes, and 4 mushroom coffee sticks. And now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping when you text RADIO to 64,000. Text RADIO to 64,000 to get your 20% off. That's RADIO to 64,000.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
There's a pill version of Ozempic. Hello, I'm Ozempic. And I'm other GLP-1s kind of like him. Hey, did I hear there's a pill version of Ozempic? Yep, you sure did. Ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of the Ozempic pen or pill may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets 9 milligrams and Ozempic semaglutide injection 2 milligrams. There's a pill version of Ozempic.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Got a buddy who thinks he knows baseball? Perfect. On Rangers game days, prove it with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger you think will launch it out of here. He hits 1, you and a friend are headed to a Rangers game. He hits 2. Now, you've got tickets and hotel. Yeah, you're making a night of it, and your buddy's buying the first round. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Call your shot and win the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Ryan Eagle's on vacation. I'm Jason Minnix. It's a therapy session today after the Colossal collapse last night in New York by our San Antonio Spurs. Get it off your chest. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. On YouTube, you can always comment there. Watch on YouTube through sasportstar.com. We also have a poll up where you can vote. 255 votes so far. Who shoulders the brunt of the blame for last night? 56% have Mitch Johnson, 30% De'Aaron Fox. Wemby is at 13%. Go there and vote. It's interesting. One of the comments, Corey Mack says, you can't blame Fox for not dribbling out the clock when the team had gone the whole second half, refusing to run time off the clock. The bulk of the criticism belongs on Wemby and the coach. You know what? I can, and I will, Corey Mack. I see what you're saying there, but you're saying two wrongs make a right, right? Again, Wemby was bad in the second half. Wemby's missed free throws. Wemby was bad. He was out of gas, too. Not an excuse. It's just a fact. You could see it. Mitch Johnson was awful last night in the second half. And again, this is coming after an incredible first half of basketball, which makes what we saw in the second half so frustrating. Why you're so angry today, because you saw the same team play polar opposite halves. As efficient and smart as they were in the first half, they were as inefficient and dumb in the second half. In all the threes that they were taking in the second half, which were so unnecessary and, quite frankly, stupid. Stupid to the point that Charles Barkley said that was some of the dumbest basketball he's ever seen.
We saw the dumbest basketball team in the history of civilization. Oh, wow. We saw they had a 25-point lead, took eight straight threes. Like, they thought to get, like, that was some of the most mismanaged, stupid basketball. Hey, when you blow a 29-point lead, the other team has to help you. The San Antonio Spurs helped the New York Knicks win this game by doing some of the stupid-ass stuff I've ever seen on a basketball court.
Well, I mean, Charles Barkley is right. I mean, it was just dumb basketball all the way around. And what really bothers me and why I'm angry today at De'Aaron Fox is he's the veteran guy. He's the guy with the big contract. That wasn't Dylan Harper. That wasn't Steph Castle. That was your veteran point guard who should understand the game situation better than what he showed last night. And that miss, that is not why they lost. It contributed. It might have been the final difference maker play. But there's a lot of reasons they blew that lead last night. It's not all on De'Aaron Fox. Although I have seen some people creatively put together his not so great second half, and you wonder how in the hell is that guy in the NBA. But it's his decision making. And then after the game, De'Aaron Fox didn't say, yeah, I should have done that. He said, no, I thought I could outrun the dude.
Haven't scored. Try to get a layup, get up three, make them, force them to need a three. And OG made a good block.
You're unusual a lot of the time in that situation where you took the layup, guys would try to run it out and get fouled. When did you think that you wanted to go for the layup instead of trying to get fouled?
I just thought I would be able to outrun them. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Again, that's the wrong play. You could still go up three. You know how, De'Aaron Fox? What they taught you in the 7th grade. You dribble the ball out, make them foul you. Knock down your free throws. You're up 3 and there's less time on the clock. Even if you miss the free throw, or both of them, like Wemby missed 2, you're still taking more time off the clock, and you're a little bit more set. Right? I know I've seen the photo. People have sent it. He got fouled on that one, apparently. That still photo that looks like OG has him hitting his arm and not the ball. It looked like a clean block, but they didn't call it. Don't blame the officials there. I mean, they missed calls. That happens. Don't let. Oh yeah, well he got fouled. He got fouled. You wanted him to get fouled. He did get fouled. No, not that way. Not that way. Not in that situation. Not in that situation. And then on the inbounds pass, he left his man, who happened to be OG, who had the game-winning tip. Why? Because apparently he thought Wemby, your defensive player of the year, needed help. So let's go double Brunson out in three-point country and leave a guy unguarded. No box out. Hey, Keith, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I agree with you about Fox, and I think he deserves the most blame because I know Wemby missed free throws, but, for me, I think I would miss a free throw too. That's something that is kind of like, that can happen, but holding on to the ball is something I think I can do, and I think Fox should have just held onto the ball and waited to see, maybe run some time, get fouled. That would have been a better move. And one more thing about Fox, I don't know, this is speculation by me, but do you feel he's kind of jealous of all the younger people since he's the oldest one and he's kind of not the star? Everyone's talking about Harper, of course, Wemby, Castle, but he's just kind of like left out and he hasn't had a good playoff altogether. I even saw it against OKC. I liked it when he was out, kind of, because I remember I think they beat OKC or got close to beating them or something on one of the games when he was out. And Harper had an amazing game. So that's all I wanted to say.
I mean, look, Keith, it's okay to be mad at De'Aaron Fox and still love him, right? Now, let's kind of dissect some of what you talked about. Now, he is playing hurt. There is no way that ankle is close to 100% after what happened in the Minnesota series. And, yeah, he missed the 2 games against Oklahoma City. And what were we talking about then? How we needed De'Aaron Fox to steady that offense and not turn the ball over left and right like Steph Castle was. This team needs De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox has helped lead this team to the NBA Finals. Jealousy? I don't see it. I mean, honestly, this has been a tight-knit group all season long. We have heard about the togetherness that this group has all year long. This is a special team, a special group of individuals who all seem to like each other. And my goodness, if he were jealous, all he's got to do is open his bank account or compare contracts. I mean, I don't think there's anything to be jealous of. Now, granted, I don't know that, when you look at a Dylan Harper and you look at a Steph Castle and what they are going to be, but De'Aaron Fox wanted to come to San Antonio knowing he wasn't going to be the star here. He came to San Antonio, forced his way to San Antonio. That trade from Sacramento, he had one place that he really wanted to get to, and that was San Antonio, where he knew he was going to be the second fiddle to Victor Wembanyama. He knew he wasn't going to be the face of the franchise or be the best player. So, no, I don't think that jealousy plays a role at all in De'Aaron Fox's game. Not at all. And I do give the guy a lot of credit for playing hurt. But I can also be mad at him for some bonehead decisions when we talked all postseason about the youth of this team and would that inexperience matter. And sure, I know he doesn't have a ton of playoff experience throughout his NBA career, but he is the veteran in this group. What we saw last night, you expect from a rookie, maybe a second-year player. But my goodness, even in high school, you're taught. In junior high, you're taught. In those kind of situations, what to do, and the awareness that he apparently lacked. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. It's a therapy session. Grab your phone lines, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Comment on the YouTube page as well. Get there through sasportstar.com or search out San Antonio Sports Star on YouTube. You can also vote in the poll on who should shoulder the brunt of the blame for last night's collapse in the Big Apple. Let me tell you about Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899 is their phone number, 651-5899. Online, quartermoonplumbing.com. You're having issues at your house with your AC, your plumbing, they are fantastic. They also have great maintenance programs. And they've created what they are calling the Breathe Easy package, because apparently a lot of you are calling saying the house smells a little bit off. And it can, and that actually could be your air conditioner. It's just dirty, right? Quartermoon will deep clean the blower motor, blower wheel, your AC housing, clean the coil, and disinfect the inside of your AC cabinet. Then they're going to put in a UV light that will zap bacteria and other stuff that's in your unit. You'll end up with a fresher home, cleaner air, and everything that's going to smell the way it should. So if your house does smell a little bit off, get that taken care of. Call Quartermoon and ask them about that Breathe Easy package. 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online, quartermoonplumbing.com.
Coaches, dads, moms, working parents. Ever try taking a work call while the kids are running wild through the house? There's finally a better way to work and parent. Introducing Co-Play Cove, San Antonio's first co-working plus childcare experience designed for modern families. Grab coffee, answer emails, take meetings, or just breathe for a minute while your child safely learns and plays nearby. Learn more now at Co-Play Cove and visit the events page today for upcoming Father's Day activities.
San Antonio this Saturday, June 13th, 4 p.m., the Gunslingers are bringing the action to Freeman Coliseum for an epic superhero-themed game. Suit up, bring the family, and join us as we celebrate our Spurs during this action-packed afternoon of indoor football. First 1,000 fans get a limited edition superhero cape. And if you're heading to the big game later that evening right next door, come early, catch the Gunslingers first at 4, then just walk over. It's the perfect doubleheader. Tickets are going fast. Get yours now at sagunslingers.com or Ticketmaster.
If Twisted Tea was your best friend, they'd start a dance party in the supermarket that turns into a pool party at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea is smooth, refreshing, and always fun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Attention soccer fans. House of Cards and Collectibles on Vance Jackson has the 2026 Panini Prism FIFA Soccer Card Packs in stock. Pull cards from Mbappe, Messi, Kane, Bellingham, and many more. Find autographs and serial numbered cards randomly inserted. House of Cards and Collectibles also has FIFA World Cup sticker albums and packs. Come in today before they're all gone. House of Cards and Collectibles at 2105 Vance Jackson Road.
Hello, Connecticut. May I help you?
This is Bill Tyson. Is this my Connecticut Pro?
Yes, Mr. Tyson. What can I do for you?
Calling from Yellowstone National Park.
Mm-hmm.
Old Faithful just erupted and reminded me I didn't set the vacation bypass in my Connecticut water conditioner. Would you run over to my house and set it? I've hidden the key under my doormat.
Well,
I forgot to set the bypass last year. I had that other brand, and the software used up 4,000 pounds of salt in a week.
Mr. Tyson, relax. With your new Connecticut, there is no vacation cycle or any worries about salt. If you don't use any water, your Connecticut won't either. We not only believe in saving salt, but also in saving water.
Would you go over and unplug it then? I'm trying to conserve electricity.
You forget that your Connecticut doesn't use electricity either. There's nothing to plug in, and don't forget that your Connecticut is also completely automatic.
Mean I can relax and enjoy my whole vacation?
That's right.
This is great. I've got Old Faithful here at Yellowstone and an Old Faithful in my Connecticut water conditioner at home.
The last water softener you'll ever own. ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If pain is slowing you down, you don't have to live with it. We target the source of your pain for fast, lasting relief. No pain pills, no surgery. Most patients notice results in just one visit. We accept most insurance plans, so getting help is easy. Don't wait. Visit Arasti.com today. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
To find the location nearest you, visit Arasti.com.
You could win unmatched views of the match during the Twin Peaks Go for the Gold giveaway presented by Michelob Ultra and Casamigos. Visit TwinPeaksSoccer.com to enter for your chance to win by June 14th. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, the series shifts back to San Antonio. Are we delaying the inevitable, Rob?
We're going to help you figure out a way to root for and expect wins, but go home a loser. Here sit the Spurs, so do we. Get here early. The party, it starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio and New York. This is where you come to talk about the finals. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
If you guys could only see James Pledger on the other side of the glass dancing, it won't make you feel any better. I woke up angrier today than I was when I went to bed last night. I mean, that game ended, and, we all had to take some shots. It just came with the territory. Because I think I went to bed in a little bit disbelief, if you will. And then I didn't sleep well last night, and I woke up angry. It's been a long time since I've been this angry after a Spurs game. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Ryan Eagle's on vacation. I'm Jason Minnix. You can get me on Twitter at Jason Minnix. You can comment on our YouTube page as well. You can vote in our poll where we're playing the blame game. And, I had to get up early, which I'm never a fan of. I had to take my car in for service. Everybody there, obviously, talking about the Spurs. Then I went and got a breakfast taco. Walk into the taco joint, and dude's like, I can't believe you're wearing that today. Dude, it's still my team. I can still love my Spurs and be mad at them after what I saw last night, which that gut punch, that kick to the nuts feeling that we had with Derek Fisher's .4, that you had with Ray Allen's shot, or when the Spurs were the 1 seed and lost to the Grizzlies, just that disappointment that really did happen. That happened. A 29-point lead gone after one of the more impressive first halves of basketball that we've seen this group put together. You look at the first half box score, and, we were watching over at Doghouse Beer Garden in Stone Oak last night where we did the show. And I made a video at halftime. And the thing that stood out, knowing that the officials were going to be a factor, is the Spurs took 6 free throws. They were 6 of 6 from the free throw line in the first half. The Knicks were 15 of 23. And the Spurs still led 76-49. Yet it was Karl Anthony Towns that didn't get a lot of playing time because he got those 2 early fouls and had to go sit down. Just incredible. And I jinxed it. There's no way the Spurs are going to blow this lead, although I knew the Knicks would make a run. But at some point, that run would stop. And I just couldn't believe that the San Antonio Spurs were shooting the three-pointers the way they were in the third quarter when they had that big lead. It made no damn sense. They had 0 points in the paint in the third quarter. It's seemingly impossible to go between TV timeouts and not get points in the paint. Especially when you got a dude like Victor. You got guys that can drive in and get layups. It was just incredible. Mitch Johnson tried to explain after the game what went wrong in the second half.
Obviously, a few things. To score 30 points in a half. We got away from what got us the 76 points in the first half, just in terms of putting pressure on the rim, rolling after screens, running, continuing to find the paint, whether it's for ourselves or for a teammate. We got on our heels and, miss some shots, and then, you don't get as many free throws and high percentage looks when you play on your heels like that.
How do you score 76 and a half and 30 in the second half, Mitch?
The same thing we've always done. It's just we need to continue to put pressure on the rim and touch the paint and crash, because you don't always make even the best three-point looks. We missed some really good shots in the second half, and so you have to continue to be tough-minded enough to play the brand of basketball regardless of the outcome or what the score is, and we did a really good job of that in the first half and not a good job of that at all in the second half.
Yeah, no, all right. That was not a good job, Mitch. Piss poor would be a little bit more accurate. But why are they taking so many threes? Charles Barkley last night couldn't believe the amount of threes they were taking in the second half.
When you got that big of a lead, and we're sitting in the back, somebody says, man, that's 5 threes in a row.
And you're counting them.
And they're like 6, 7, 8. I'm like, damn, you got that big lead, and you take 8 threes in a row. You got Victor out there. And it's like, I don't think there's ever a reason to take 8 threes in a row if it's a tie game. But when you got a 25-point lead and you miss 8 straight threes, that's just bad. And they weren't even thinking about using the clock either.
I think Charles was about to say, that's bad coaching. He didn't say coaching. That's bad. And they didn't use the clock. And that's the thing. So many of those threes, there were still more than 15 seconds on the shot clock, and that was what was driving me nuts. At least bleed the clock and shorten the damn game.
I think Champagny took one like 3 seconds into like getting it across half court, just pulled up and fired. No set offense, no nothing. And I was like, that's not good.
Not good. Not at all. Let's get it off your chest. It's a therapy session day here on the Blitz. Yerd, appreciate your patience. You're on the Blitz.
Hey, Jason. Thanks for having me on, first off.
Sure.
And I got to say, I feel your pain having to do this therapy session. I'm about to record a podcast where I have to go in and talk about the best first half of basketball I think I've ever seen played, and then the worst half of basketball that has ever been played. But to be honest with you guys, I think this could potentially be the moment where we say, you know what, they were inexperienced, but they took a turn at this point. And I'm wondering if in 3-4 years, hopefully with a couple of titles, if this is the moment where we look back and say, yep, that's where they became the Spurs. What do you guys think?
You know, I mean, time will tell. The idea that I'm not telling you something you don't know, Yerd. I mean, the Spurs lost in 2013 in devastating fashion. Game 6, I was in Miami in the tunnel. I couldn't see the court, and there was a little TV that was on a wall high up that was way behind me. I couldn't see anything. But I know that trophy was about 10 feet from me. And they had the yellow ropes out, and all the media that were in the tunnel, we were in that area. And so I didn't see. I've seen replays, but I did not see. I saw the trophy. You hear the crowd, and then you see them taking the trophy away. And we're all trying to scoot back to go, what the hell happened? Because, you know, there were some people that could see that TV, but others couldn't. I was one that couldn't. And I know I was at Game 7. I didn't leave Miami. I was there. I can't tell you one thing, one detail about Game 7 that I remember because I couldn't get over Game 6. My memories of that finals was the tunnel and the trophy going away. And I know there was a Game 7, and I've read about it. I've seen the highlights of it. I've never went back and watched it, but I have seen the highlights of it. I can't tell you anything about it. But I know in 2014, that loss in 13 drove that Spurs team to that title. And they were a team on a mission. And so to your point, if in a couple years the Spurs have some championships and they all look back and they talk about the pain of losing in 2026 is what sent them on a mission, and whatever offseason, whatever it is Wemby's going to do, whether it's more time with the Monks or somehow getting himself to space because he's got a relationship with NASA, whatever he does and the other guys do in whatever learning process, because you hear so many of these former players say you have to go through that playoff pain. And the Spurs, how many times have you heard Wemby say, what did he tell Malik Andrews? We can do the impossible because we don't know what's impossible or possible, whatever the hell he said. You know, the youth and inexperiences showed up in this series. I mean, we are going to what-if ourselves this entire offseason with the way this NBA Finals has worked out. I know that the New York Knicks are up 3-1, and they have played incredible basketball down the stretch, which is why they have a 3-1 series lead. But the Spurs have had the lead in every game. Late. You have 2 one-point losses for the San Antonio Spurs. And those losses are more about the Spurs' mistakes coupled with Knicks making clutch plays. And even Mitch Johnson, he didn't quite say we've been the better team, but he kind of said we're the better team here.
Again, we have 2 days to put everything we have into that game. That's the only game that matters. And, by no means am I not acknowledging the Knicks and what they've done and give them credit for playing good basketball, but we feel like we've decided the outcome of all 4 games.
Yeah, he's right.
We need to be better in the next game.
I'm glad he acknowledges what the Knicks have done, because they have. Jalen Brunson has made some clutch plays. OG might actually end up being the Finals MVP. They've made the plays. The Spurs might have been the better team in each of the 4 games for about 45 minutes. Well, not last night. They were for 24 minutes. But even then, they had opportunities. They made some moments. So they made some big plays down the stretch to extend the leads out. But then bonehead plays. Bonehead plays. And maybe because they're young and they've got 2 days off, they'll win Saturday night. And then the pressure is back on New York. Then you get a Game 7 back here. But I know in 2013, that Tim Duncan team couldn't respond to get 1.
Screw it.
And now we're going to think this group is going to go get 3 in a row over that New York Knicks team?
Screw it.
I'll have a better attitude about that tomorrow. Because I'm going to Game 5. I don't want to watch the Knicks celebrate. And I'd love for there to be a Game 7. But as I say here right now, it's 10-5. I live in the real world, man. Hey, Jason, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
You're 100% correct. Nothing hurts worse than Ray Allen hitting that dagger in Game 6. Nothing.
I remember the moment, my friend.
I remember that plain as day. You could clearly see the look on LeBron and Dwayne Wade's face, and they're like, "Nah, the hell with that," and they just took over, man. Yeah, you're right. They were young. My only thing is, and I've watched that last play several times, I have no idea why you didn't have Wemby in the paint, guarding the paint.
Well,
and Stephon Castle the whole night was doing a damn good job with Jalen Brunson, and I don't know what they was thinking, man. I go back and I watch it, and I'm like, what the hell, man?
Well, because
you're right, man.
It didn't work, man. But honestly, you have seen Wemby guard out there a lot. And the shot Jalen Brunson took, I will take that every time, shooting over Victor there. Because that was I didn't think that was a good choice, a good shot choice by Jalen Brunson, but he didn't have a whole lot of time. There was no time for him to pass, so he had to heave one up. My issue wasn't Victor not in the paint there to clear the rebound, because Jalen Brunson would have had a much better look if he wasn't shooting over the alien. My problem was De'Aaron Fox left the inbounder to go help the defensive player of the year, and that let OG with the free pass, no box out, to be able to tip that one in. That was my problem with the final play. It's just the way it was guarded. And even then, Spurs still had a chance. But was it Cat that tipped the inbound pass on Harper, or was it OG? Of course it was OG. Yeah. Because, I mean, I think if you have a clean inbound pass there, the Spurs at least get a shot off. And it looked like he was going to have a wide open look. Gabe, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, Jason. Rock the mic runner-up here. Long time listener. Haven't called in a minute. But, man, the whole city's gutted. There's no question about that. I think, we could play the blame game all you want. I like the whole theme of your session right now, and just the let's get all this poison out of our system. But man, we got to look at it. The big picture here is like, these guys are young, and it's not just, we talk about how young the team is and how young the players are, but man, Coach Johnson screwed up, and he deserves the bulk, right? The lion's share of the blame if we're going to play that blame game. Because like you said earlier, they go down 8-9 different trips with no points, and they're just jacking threes from all over the place. Like, when does he put a stop to that? When is there a timeout? So again, there's a lot of things that can be said, can be done. I think the silver lining is these guys are so young, and, you know, maybe they're like Icarus. They flew too close to the sun too quickly. They don't know any better. Could be also a positive. They don't know that they're dead in the water right now. We all feel it as fans, right? As a 52-year-old fan who's lived through all 4 titles, I feel we're dead in the water, but there's still that small glimmer of hope, right? And maybe these guys are so young, so dumb, and so stupid that they don't know any better, and they come back and they shock the world. Who knows, right? There's that glimmer of hope. It's not likely, it's not probable, but it is there. But, just wanted to throw that out there.
Dave, I'm glad you have that rolling around in your head and you put that into the universe. But you know what? They're all basketball players. They're all humans. They've all watched the game. They understand the situation they're in. To say that they're too young to understand what they're dealing with. Now, granted, maybe they're able to flush it. Maybe they have a cornerback's mentality, a pitcher that has given up 3 straight pitches, all went over the wall, and then he strikes out 10. I mean, maybe they have that kind of mental makeup where they can flush it and come back. I know Tim Duncan's group couldn't do it in 2013 to get 1 game. This group, I hope they prove us wrong. And you're right. I think years from now, depending on how many rings Victor actually brings to San Antonio, we could look at one that got away. And the inexperience showed at the wrong time. And we're going to be proud of what this season turned out to be because nobody expected a trip to the NBA Finals. But now's not the time. I'm angry right now. I'm angry. We've moved the goalpost on successful season. You know what? They've had a hell of a year. But right now, that collapse, that choke job, I'm angry. I'm not ready for an attaboy. I mean, give me a month after this is over and we can talk about how great this was and the changes that need to be made, and there will be changes. But that's not for today's show. Today's show is a therapy session. It's a show to get it off your chest. Got another hour to do that, and then Pledger will take over with extra innings with Pledge. And, so we'll continue the theme. Tomorrow's show, looking ahead and, how do the Spurs respond? But today, dude, I'm angry. It's been a long time since I've been this angry following a Spurs loss.
Get off my lawn.
And it's what we saw. I mean, it's how they lost. I mean, there's ways to lose games, and then there's that. What do you say? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you need your logo on any kind of gear, you need promotional items done, you need signs, banners, whatever, go see Sam over at Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. Golf shirts, fishing shirts, dress shirts, you need that logo on any kind of shirt. Sam has all the big name brands. Now he's got a full line of Tommy Bahama to go along with North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. He has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display, and he's got all the popular cap brands in stock waiting for your logo. If you need T-shirts screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. He also has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries. His new sign shop can do your signs, banners, flags, card magnets, vehicle wraps, window decals, and so much more. You know, nobody has better prices. He's the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too big, certainly no order too small. Call 210-824-3900, or better yet, go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410 across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
Riding 1604 with the Blitz.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
San Antonio's newest sports headquarters, Novo Brewery. Craft beers, full bar, hard kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, and massive LED screens. Attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Visit novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
Drivers who switch to Progressive could save hundreds just by bundling home and auto insurance, because you can't go wrong saving money. Unless you spend it on a guitar, never learn to play it, but lie and say that you did. Then someone hands you a guitar at a party and asks you to play, so you decide to improvise this.
Well, don't you know that dream? Sorry, no. Dream. But that's not it.
Dreams are fun and also good.
Yep, you can't go wrong. Bundling and saving money with Progressive. Well, depends on how you spend it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
San Antonio, this Saturday at 4 p.m., catch the Gunslingers Superhero Game at Freeman Coliseum. The first 1,000 fans get a free custom superhero cape. Bring the family for nonstop action and fun. Tickets at sagunslingers.com. Be a hero Saturday.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Hi, I am Officer Sarai Walton with the San Antonio Police Department. SAPD is always hiring, and you can apply online if you think you have what it takes to become part of the SAPD family. Submit your application at sapdcareers.com. Once you submit your application, you will be contacted to begin the process. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring. Start your journey to a rewarding career by applying online at sapdcareers.com. That is sapdcareers.com.
'Twas the night before Father's Day, and all through the house, Dad slept in his recliner, completely passed out. Magellan Outdoors and Titleist win the night as Dad dreams of gifts from Academy, the kind he'd like. Because tomorrow's not just Father's Day, you see. It's Dad Christmas at Academy. Line up before the doors open on Saturday, June 13th to score a promo card worth up to $500. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Fun can't lose. Select Austin and San Antonio Academy stores. No purchase necessary. Open to Texas residents 18 or older. Visit academy.com/official rules.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
This Father's Day, join the Blitz live at Coldplay Cove in Stone Oak. Enjoy Dad and Me sports activities, coffee tastings, giveaways, raffles, and family fun built for modern families. Grab your tickets now through the events page at coldplaycove.com.
In a world parched for excitement, Twisted Tea's your refreshing thrill ride of flavor. The hard iced tea that's smooth, made with real brewed tea and 5% alcohol. Twisted Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
OG Anunoby ripped out the Spurs' heart with a last-second tip-in that gave the Knicks a 107-106 win in Game 4, despite the Spurs at one point holding a 29-point lead. Victor Wembanyama also assessed a flagrant foul during that game, meaning the next one he gets will cause a suspension. Game 5, Saturday, right back here in the Frostbank Center.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minnix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagle. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
You'll at least get one of those voices today. We'll do a therapy session for another hour. Reinagle on a beach in Mexico. I'm Jason Minnix. At least the air conditioning's working in our studio again. It's about damn time.
Give it 24 hours. I I don't count my chickens before a couple of days. Too many things go bad very quickly when the AC is involved.
Well, what are you saying, Pledger?
I'm saying give it a minute.
Give what a minute? Are you jinxing it?
No.
I mean, people are giving me crap because I made a video yesterday at halftime saying, all right, man, we're coming back tied. I did say the Knicks will make a run, but I didn't think that the Spurs wouldn't be able to find a tourniquet somewhere. At some point, stop the damn bleeding. And look, all of us, we all did something last night that was out of routine because, quite frankly, that game was over at halftime. And it wasn't. Ripped their hearts out. Yes, Joe, that's the Spurs games in Mexico. Somebody asked that on our YouTube feed. You, too, can comment on YouTube. Go to sasportstar.com and click through on YouTube. You can comment there. You can vote in the poll. Who shoulders the brunt of the blame for last night? We're at 285 votes. Let's get that well over 300. Mitch Johnson leading the way at 58%. De'Aaron Fox at 29%. Victor is only at 13%. And I realize Vic is Vic, but he is not beyond criticism, and he is not beyond blame. He wasn't good last night, and he actually admitted he was tired. He ran out of gas.
Substitution patterns, I don't know. It's not really my expertise, but yeah, I guess I did.
Yep, he wore down. He admitted, yep, I guess I did. Because Mitch couldn't take him out of the game. And again, that is obviously one of the roster moves that they're certainly going to have to address. But again, that's a show for a couple of weeks away. Bean Brewster says, is Eric Corgi now canceled?
Could still go 7.
It could still go 7. Ego Mendoza is officially canceled. Now, I can say that. Pledge can always push the button, but not today. Not today. No, not today, Pledge. Today is not that day. You're like the annoying little brother, aren't you?
You didn't hear it. I'm not touching you.
Floyd, you're on the Blitz.
Hey, thank you, Jason and Pledge. You guys are really helping me with my therapy today. Thanks for the therapy session here. Look, 2 things I want to point out. The 6th man, where is he showing up? I think he was only averaging like 3 points a game. I mean, he's supposed to be the 6th man.
Well,
and De'Aaron Fox, I mean, I don't know I think he went to Kentucky. I know they taught him better than the player like he's playing. He's supposed to be leading the team. He's supposed to be the most experienced one. They're paying him a lot of money. I think those two players are not contributing what they ought to be doing. That's my thought.
Floyd, you're not wrong. Now, I will say, and Keldon Johnson didn't score last night. He was 1 of 5 shooting. And Keldon Johnson has had overall a really poor playoffs. He's had some moments, but overall, Keldon Johnson has not had a good playoffs. He is your 6th man of the year, but he has not played that way. De'Aaron Fox has not been good for the most part. He's had his moments, but, and I'm certainly not giving him a pass, there are reasons and excuses. He hasn't been the same since that ankle sprain in the Minnesota series. You know damn well that guy is out there far less than 100%. And I want to give him credit, De'Aaron Fox, for playing through that injury. I mean, they broke it down this morning on one of the shows that I was watching, the layup that he should not have taken, kind of going off the wrong foot because he doesn't have the explosion, right, because of that bad ankle. And De'Aaron Fox, on a bad wheel, made a bad basketball decision by not trying to dribble out, use time, get fouled, go to the free throw line, because this dude on a bad wheel thought he'd be able to outrun the defense. De'Aaron Fox.
Haven't scored. Try to get a layup, get up 3, force them to need a 3. And OG made a good block.
You're unusual a lot of the time in those situations where you took the layup, guys would try to run it out and get fouled. When did you think that you wanted to go for the layup instead of trying to get fouled?
I just thought I would be able to outrun him. That's it.
Yeah. Thought I'd be able to outrun him. He's got a bad wheel. And he is a good free throw shooter. Although he only took 2 free throws last night, he did make them both. The right basketball play is to bleed clock. It's the awareness. It's the basketball IQ. And we talk about this being a young team. He's the veteran guy. I think that's what makes it even more maddening. And I know a lot of you have seen the photo floating around the internet, and you have sent it to me, of the still photo that shows OG hitting De'Aaron Fox on the arm there. It looked like a clean block when they showed it on TV, but it looks like maybe De'Aaron Fox. And now you're mad. Well, they missed one. They didn't call it. That play did not show up in the last 2-minute report. So according to the NBA, there was not a foul there that they missed, which is why they put out the 2-minute reports. We were wrong here, we were wrong there. It didn't make it. And it doesn't matter. That was still the wrong play. Even if he had made that shot, it's still the wrong play. Greg Popovich used to say, basketball is a game of mistakes. You just want to limit the mistakes as best you can, right? And last night it was mistake after mistake after mistake in the entire second half after a great first half. I mean, it was incredible because I said on the show yesterday, as Claymore is reminding me now on YouTube, we've yet to have a blowout in this series. When are we going to get one? When we sat down yesterday, my buddy said, what do you think tonight? Spurs by 12. Well, you had a blowout in the first half and a blowout in the second half, and it turned out to be a 1-point win for the New York Knicks. And I think that's what's so frustrating is the Knicks have 2 1-point wins in this series where you look at more about the Spurs' mistakes than their great plays. Now, they had to make great plays. OG made an incredible play last night to win the game. Jalen Brunson made some incredible shots down the stretch for the Knicks to be in position to win that game. But they shouldn't have been in position to win that game. They showed a lot of heart. Give them credit. But it should never have gotten that far. When it was 12-8, it should not have gotten to that point. And that's on Mitch Johnson. And the fact that the Spurs continued to jack up threes when they weren't going in. And there was no reason for the Spurs, with the lead that they had at halftime, to take any threes in the second half. And you bleed clock. I mean, you shorten the game. You run plays. You pass the ball. I mean, going down and jacking up a three with more than 15 seconds left on the shot clock is dumb. That's not good basketball. I don't care what your analytics say. And all that did, because they weren't dropping like they were in the first half, was give the New York Knicks more time and extra possessions. And to me, that's on the coach. The players are running the plays, and they should know better as well. And I know it's a three-point league and it's a make or miss, but at some point you don't need those. I know 3 is better than 2, but 2 is better than none. And using 20 seconds on every possession instead of 6 is better for you. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you've got a phone line, stay there. George, Drew, Tristan, we see you. Your calls as we continue on this therapy session of the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
The Morning Huddle.
Come to find out, it's a bar for people that play on the other team.
Okay.
I'm on the wrong team to be in that bar.
Is there any thought that, like, maybe in a different timeline you could possibly be on that team?
Well, it wasn't just me. It was our whole group, and I thought about it because looking at myself, I would me. I mean, look at me. Just look at me. Look at this. You telling me I couldn't get a drink or two? You couldn't. You know this?
Did anybody buy you a drink?
I have my cape on, and I come up to the bar asking him, would you? Would you?
Yeah.
And he goes, yes, I would.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinigle here for DraftKings Sports. Did you know that DraftKings Sports is live in all 50 states? Yes, that means us right here in Texas. The whole world is watching one tournament right now. Group stage chaos, knockout drama, stoppage time, heartbreak. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in Texas. Whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or late at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in Texas, the world's biggest stage in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with code 941SportsStar, spend $5 and get $200 in total rewards. That's code 941SportsStar in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim. Issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends June 28th. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo.
It's your captain speaking. To the passenger with the Mirror Fast soft shoes, smart move.
No way am I letting travel constipation ruin this trip.
Can't blame you. Mirror Fast works fast, but without the harsh side effects.
Since I'm such a smart traveler, can I move to first class?
No. Close the curtain, Carol.
From the makers of Miralax, new Mirafast soft chews work naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes to give you a comfortable go on the go. Find Mirafast today at your local retailer. Use as directed for occasional constipation. Contains magnesium hydroxide.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio and have been practicing law here since 1994. And in the past 30-plus years, I've helped hundreds of San Antonians injured by negligent drivers. If you've been injured in a car-truck collision, call me, 210-900-0400. I did want to let you know of a very disturbing trend I've seen that you really need to be aware of. If an attorney or someone acting on that attorney's behalf calls you after a traffic collision, with very limited exceptions, that is called barratry or solicitation. It's a crime and is unethical under our state bar rules. Do not answer these phone calls. Do not hire an unethical attorney. Neither I nor anyone in my firm will ever call you after a traffic collision. If you need my help, and if you've been injured in a traffic collision, I think you do, you'll need to call me. My name is Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Baseball fans, check out the inaugural season of the San Antonio River Monsters, part of the TCL, a wood bat league featuring some of the best college players. A monster-sized good time for the entire family. Get your tickets today at rivermonstersbaseball.com.
This World Cup update on San Antonio Sports Star is brought to you by Twin Peaks.
You could win unmatched views of the match during the Twin Peaks Go for the Gold giveaway presented by Michelob Ultra and Casamigos. Visit TwinPeaksSoccer.com to enter for your chance to win by June 14th. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
Western One Sports presents this World Soccer Update. Mexico and South Africa got the World Cup going. They met once before in the 2010 World Cup. That was in South Africa. That game ended 1-1 today. Mexico was playing at home and won 2-0, marking its return to World Cup play after not qualifying 4 years ago. When this game ended, South Africa only had 9 players on the field and Mexico had 10. 3 red cards had been handed out. When South Korea hosted back in 2002, they had upsets of Italy, and Spain had a Cinderella run to the semifinals, unbeaten in its last 16 qualifying matches. South Korea tonight takes on Czechia in Guadalajara. Tomorrow, Canada and the U.S. both begin play at home in Toronto against Bosnia-Herzegovina, and in L.A., it's the U.S. and Paraguay. The U.S. with 13 players, half its roster, back from the 2022 team that was ousted in the round of 16. For this World Soccer Update, John Stanshauer, Westwood One Sports.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker, so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
Gear up for the games this summer. Henkel's Summer of Soccer Sweepstakes is giving fans the chance to win the new 2026 U.S. Men's National Team jersey and U.S. Soccer Store gift cards. Everything you need to show up and support the home team, so don't miss out. No purchase necessary. Starts May 16th and ends June 15th, 2026. Must be 18 and a resident of the contiguous United States. Visit HenkelSoccerSweeps.com for official rules. Sponsored by Henkel. Henkel, proud partner of U.S. Soccer.
San Antonio and New York. This is where you come to talk about the finals. 94-1, San Antonio's Sports Star.
It's a therapy session. A colossal collapse last night by the San Antonio Spurs. I'm Jason Minnix. Joe Reinagel's on vacation. Glad to have you along here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. If you are listening on one of the many apps or online, watching on YouTube, appreciate that. You can watch on YouTube through sasportstar.com. You can vote in our poll, which is at 296 votes right now. So go there and vote so we can get well over 300. Who shoulders the brunt of the blame for last night? Mitch Johnson leading the way at 58%, De'Aaron Fox at 29%, Victor Wembanyama at 13%, and quite frankly, all of them are to blame. The trainer's to blame, the PR guy. I mean, just blame everybody. It's just, it was so frustrating. It's been a long time that I've been this angry following a Spurs loss. Now, I'll say that knowing that because these games matter so much more, it means so much more. And I know this was an unexpected run to the NBA Finals, but damn it, they're there, go win the thing. And they've had opportunities in every game to win late, and they haven't made the plays. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. See who's been holding on the longest. Every line is full, so when one is finished up, then you can jump on at 210-656-3776. Hey, George, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, Minnix? Thank you for having me. Man, I have got to vent because I woke up sick this morning. I just couldn't believe how we lost this game, the games before, and coming to find out that they're all done by dumb mistakes. That's what made the Spurs great, was knowing fundamentals, being able to make easy decisions, and not making the game harder than what it needs to be. And at the end of the day, I'm blaming the coach. The coach had so much to say, do in those huddles, and it seemed like he wouldn't take the time out for this kind of stuff. Nobody reminded anybody about doing anything. It just seemed like everybody just kind of got together to play ball at the gym. And that's not where they were at. It's just unbelievable, incredibly disappointing today. I couldn't believe it.
I'm with you. And again, the one thing about Mitch, and I know I'm mad at Mitch today, dude has done a hell of a job this year, and he's got this team in the NBA Finals. That doesn't mean he's above criticism, especially for that. Although his timeout taking is consistent. And for the love of God, you would think with the 29-point lead, eventually the players out there on the floor would stop the bleeding without the timeout needed. But at some point, just to get Victor some rest, take a timeout, because dude was out of gas. Hey, Drew, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, man. It's Drew. I'm a longtime listener, sometime caller. And I'd like to shout out to my military buddies out there. I've been in 210 a long time. Ernesto, my former battle buddy. Aren't you glad I got you to get that commission, huh, Major? And then my former sergeant, Joe Bihardo. Hey, the big bad booty day. Let me say something right now. I'm not going to doom and gloom. I'm not going to do a post-mortem at this point, because there's definitely plenty of time to do that after Saturday, maybe Tuesday, possibly Friday. We got months and months to do all that. I'm going to say, haven't you been entertained? Isn't this the most entertaining finals in years? I mean, the ratings certainly tell us this.
Yeah.
I mean, a Frenchman, trash-talking or not, the New York City crowd, scumbags or not, they've made this into a box office rescue of the NBA, who was about to be taken over by MLB and hockey in the ratings. It's a viral super sensation. Part one, I'm looking at it as part one of a series, of a saga. If we pull it off, wow, great. But if the sequel comes out, just how big is that going to be?
Dude, it would be incredible. And you're right. I am highly entertained. And at the same time, I can be highly pissed off about the way the Spurs blew that game last night. Two things can be said at the same time. Both can be true. I know that, for me, weeks from now, we'll talk about how great this season was and what we can do. Because we're all better GMs than Brian Wright, and what this team is going to need to be able to be better next year. There's holes on this roster. We got plenty of time for that. Right now, last night, I think I was just in shock when I went to bed, and I woke up angry today. And I'm still angry at 5:25 in the afternoon. And we've been doing this therapy session now for 3.5 hours. I don't know that I'm feeling all that better. There is hockey tonight, the Stanley Cup. I hate the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes, but, man, the way they got that win the other night and Busey, their goalie, and apparently the World Cup is underway today, which, admittedly, I've been so consumed with the Spurs, I forgot that it actually started today. I knew it started next week, and honestly, because I'm selfish. Right, I am. I'll be in the Grand Caymans next week, and I'm worried that when there is a Game 6 and a Game 7, that the TVs at the sports bar might be all on World Cup and not basketball. That is a legit concern I've had, because I was thinking World Cup was next week. I know Team USA plays tomorrow, because I looked that up earlier today, so we have that as well. Hey, Tristan, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, I think we're putting a lot of blame on De'Aaron here, but there was a couple spots there, man, with Dylan Harper getting trapped at the half court and Foxy trying to go for that layup. I know it's going to fall on him pretty hard for that, but I definitely think, 30 points, that's a lot to give up. It's hard to just blame Foxy and Mitch there. I think there's a lot there, but that's definitely some timeouts going to help for sure, but I think it's a lot more than that. I think it pisses you off when you see someone like De'Aaron Fox take that layup when OG's right behind him. But there's a lot more than that. I think it sucks for De'Aaron.
Well, it does, and Tristan, I'll tell you, I'm with you. Everybody is to blame. Dylan Harper had some moments, but when you look at Jalen Brunson, again, he scored 36 points, but he took 25 shots. You can live with that. OG had 33 points and only took 15. That's a little brutal. But why I'm mad at De'Aaron Fox is he's the veteran guy. Yeah, you can I understand a little bit more maybe when a young player makes an awareness kind of mistake. When you're not understanding the game situation with time and score and what's best for the team. That's what bothers me is the mistakes aren't being, or they are, but the major mistakes were made by the veteran player, not the young kids. That's what's bothering me about De'Aaron Fox. And I know he's playing hurt. The ankle's not right, but that doesn't affect your decision-making. And his decision-making has been poor. His shooting percentage has been poor. And I expect more out of a veteran guy with the contract that he has. I do. And I think that's a lot of the reason why De'Aaron Fox is taking a lot of heat for his play in this series. He is the veteran guy in the group. Now, Oklahoma City series, remember he missed a couple of games, and we couldn't wait for De'Aaron Fox to be back because he is that calming presence and the offense runs so smoothly. But right now, and again, I'm not advocating that he gets benched and Dylan Harper starts, but right now you look at Wemby scoring is higher when Dylan Harper is on the floor than when De'Aaron Fox is. The team scoring is higher because De'Aaron Fox's shooting percentage is in the trash. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Jesus, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, Jason, how we doing?
I've had better days, man.
Oh, I know. I'm right there with you. I feel like the turning point really was the second foul on Wemby. As the game went on, you could just feel their physicality dropped, and they relied on the threes instead of being aggressive. And we've seen it all year long. The Spurs beat themselves when they fall in love with a three, and I just don't understand why they do that. They're not a good three-point shooting team. They need to stick to their slash bros mentality and attack the paint. And I just don't know why they couldn't do that and kill time, and it's just frustrating.
You're spot on, Jesus. It's frustrating as hell. It's frustrating when you've got a Dylan Harper, a Steph Castle who can drive. You got a 7'5" French dude who's 7'5", and you have 0 paint points in an entire third quarter. It seems almost impossible to play an entire quarter with 0 paint points. But in the second half, they had 4 in the paint. 4 points. They were 2 of 14. 2 of 14 in the paint. They were 3 of 17 from 3. Make that make sense. It doesn't. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. We'll continue the therapy session for another half hour. Then it's extra innings with Pledge. But right now we've got some Gary Clark Jr. tickets that we need to give away. He's coming to the Aztec Theater in August. Caller 9. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 9, you're going to go see Gary Clark Jr. at the Aztec Theater in August. More of your calls coming up here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits 2. Now we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the morning huddle and cash in with the morning huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Let me tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Love talking about Stevens Roofing. Great family, locally owned company. A company that's been in business here in San Antonio and South Texas since 1983. That should really tell you everything you need to know about Stevens Roofing and Solar. And I tell you what, with all the recent rains that we've had, you might want them to check your roof to make sure that everything is okay, because I'm not sure these storms are over. Either way, you need to get it checked out before small problems turn into big problems. Here's what you do. You call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. They're going to send an experienced team out to your house. They'll inspect your roof. They'll do it for free, and they'll let you know if everything is okay or if there are some things that need to be taken care of. Stevens Roofing and Solar, the absolute best in the business, 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
When you're hiring,
Have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
San Antonio, this Saturday at 4 p.m., catch the Gunslingers Superhero Game at Freeman Coliseum. The first 1,000 fans get a free custom superhero cape. Bring the family for nonstop action and fun. Tickets at sagunslingers.com. Be a hero Saturday.
Want to upgrade your ride and help Texas students? Here's your chance. Every year, Texas Yes sets up thousands of students for success with school supplies, literacy programs, and classroom grants. Enter the Drive Away for Education drawing sponsored by Ansira Auto Group, and you could drive off in a brand new car, truck, or SUV. Plus, don't miss our weekly drawings. Every dollar goes straight to Texas schools and students. Grab your tickets right now at texasyesproject.org.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Ever tried answering emails with kids running through the house? Coldplay Cove is the better way to work and parent. A modern family space where you can grab coffee, work, recharge, and connect while your child safely learns and plays nearby. Built for families, rooted in community. Learn more at ColdplayCove.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Super Paint, Super Deck, and Woodscapes products June 12th through the 22nd. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Dell PCs with Intel inside are built for the moments you plan and the ones you don't. For the time you forgot your charger at the gate.
Passengers, we are now on our initial ascent.
Or when you're bouncing between projects like a ping pong ball. We build PCs with long-lasting battery life, so you're not scrambling for an outlet. And built-in intelligence, so you can stay focused on whatever you're doing. Dell Technologies, built for you. Dell.com/Dell PCs.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, the series shifts back to San Antonio. Are we delaying the inevitable, Rob?
We're going to help you figure out a way to root for and expect wins, but go home a loser. Here sit the Spurs, so do we. Get here early. The party, it starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The Spurs and the Knicks. This is where you come to talk about the finals. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Therapy session almost done. And you know the great part about this therapy session, knowing that my daughter is a therapist? You're getting this for free. There are no billable hours here. It is the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Ryan Eagle's on vacation. I'm Jason Minnix. Glad to have you along on this Thursday afternoon following the collapse last night. What do you say about it? I mean, you want to get it off your chest? We still have a little bit of time to do that. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Matthew, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, Minnix. Thanks for having me on. You mentioned the three-point shooting percentage in the second half yesterday. And I want to add on that. My poor dog is now deaf for all the screaming I was doing at the TV, because a lot of those missed threes were on 5 or 6 second possessions. We dribbled the ball up the court, we threw it up, we made one pass, we threw it up. If we're able to burn more time on those possessions, that game's over and the Knicks are behind. But we gave them so many offensive possessions extra by not managing the shot clock in the second half and giving short offensive possessions.
I mean, that's it. That's what was driving me nuts about all those threes, because, one, they weren't necessary. You're not down 20, you're up 20. You can easily shorten the game by, one, not taking them, but not taking them with so much time left on the shot clock. It's just smarter basketball. I understand this is a three-point shooting league, and you were making them left and right in the first half, but we all know nobody shoots an entire game at that kind of a clip. At some point, I don't know, would they have 8 possessions in a row with threes? It's unnecessary. Let's see. Greg, you're on the Blitz.
Hey, how you doing, man? I'll be quick. First of all, the second half, plain and simple, not San Antonio ball, right? That's just crazy. Second, man, I'm a long-time listener. I love it, man. And my wife's going to be super happy that I came to talk to a therapist today, because she's like, you got some anger issues, buddy. Anyways, one last thing before I let you go, man. I'm a Cowboy fan, so I deal with disappointment very well. Not from the Spurs, obviously, but, it's just something I'm going to get over pretty quick. And, go Spurs, go to the end, Papa. Yes, sir. Por vida. All right, guys. You have a good day, man. Thank you.
I love you, Dad.
Appreciate you, Greg. Man, one day we might get the Cowboys that could disappoint us like this in the championship round. One day. Maybe. Sam, you're on the Blitz. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Minnix? Yeah, just a completely gut-wrenching, disheartening loss. I even put that against over the Ray Allen shot in Game 6, because that was just a mental error. The collapse last night was just inexcusable and could have been corrected. I blame not only Mitch Johnson, I blame the players. You have that place just completely discombobulated, and what do? In 3 of the 4 games, the Spurs have had double-digit leads in the fourth quarter, and they're down 3-1. What have they done in this series? They continually do. The three-point shooting has continually allowed the Knicks to hang around in the second half and steal a lot of these games, and it happened again to him last night. And you think Mitch Johnson would have corrected that? Guys, we're pounding him inside. Towns is completely out of it. He's in foul trouble. Go at him. You're killing man. They have no answers for you. Mitch Robinson can't stop anybody inside, and Bridges and Hart. So what do? They completely go away. They dominate in the first half, and they allow the Knicks to hang around because they get 3-point happy. They go from the best road performance in the first half to the absolutely worst performance in the second half with 30 points, and the 3 for 20 3-point shooting is their downfall again. I'm out of words, man. We were at a watch party. We're thinking, what the hell is this? Mitch Johnson, call a timeout, stop what they're doing, and they just never got around to it, and it was too late. And anybody can blame De'Aaron Fox. Yes, did he screw up? Yes. But Wemby missing the 2 free throws, but at that point, they should never got to that point. The Spurs should have dominated them, and that should have been like Game 3. You should have had 2-2 coming back to Frost Bank for a critical Game 5. It's just I'm at a loss for words, and I hope they pull off that Warrior rally over the Cavs. I don't know. I think I'm going to be wrong. I hope I'm wrong and it happens, but I don't have a good feeling. I think they're going to win Game 5, but trying to win another game in that place, in the atmosphere in Game 6, is going to be near impossible. But I hope they prove us all wrong and pull off this epic championship in Game 7. But
I mean, that would be awesome. Gut wrenching is the right word for it, Sam. Appreciate the call, and you're right. I mean, now granted, if they win Game 5, they can go win in New York. They won in New York, and they should have won last night. They won a Game 7 on the road in Oklahoma City, and not many gave them the opportunity to do this. And this team, when facing adversity, does seem to play their best basketball. But when you look at the threes, and while we bitch about the threes in the second half, and trust me, I've been doing it for 3 hours and 42 minutes at this point today, they were knocking those threes down left and right in the first half, which is why they built such a big lead. But in the second half, they're a 3-point shooting team. I mean, that's you go back and you think about this season, the games that we complain about most, they weren't very good from shooting threes. And they weren't in the second half last year. You know what I mean? So when you look at it, it's frustrating as hell, but it was so unnecessary last night because they had a big lead. And it's one thing you're missing threes left and right. You're not even getting into the paint and bleeding clock. Shorten the game is what they needed to do there. Hey, Christian, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hi, how's it going? I just wanted to call, give my opinion on Fox. I know a lot of people are giving him a lot of hate out there. And don't get me wrong, it's frustrating to watch him, but when that ball's up ahead and there's 13, 12 seconds left, it wasn't 4, it wasn't 5, it wasn't 6. I would have gone for that open layup too. You mean you're going to go to the line, you're going to have a lot of pressure, Madison Square Garden. Wemby just missed 2 free throws. I mean, best case scenario, yes, you're up by 3, but a higher percentage layup over those free throws, I mean, I don't blame him for exactly what he did. They're going to still have to take a shot, take a timeout, and they're going to have that 9 or so seconds. I mean, you're talking 4 or 5 seconds that he might have burned off that clock.
Well, I mean, 4 or 5 seconds. I mean, Jalen Brunson's shot went up with less than that on the clock. It's the right basketball play is to try to bleed it out and go to the line. And he is a great free throw shooter. Yes, he just saw Wemby miss 2. But when, you've got a guy the size of OG coming at you and you're on a bad wheel, you've got that sore ankle, don't tell me you thought you could outrun him. I mean, it's not the right basketball play. He made a couple of plays that are just, for a veteran guy, surprising that De'Aaron Fox would make those plays in that moment. Let's go back to the phones. Got about 10 minutes left, so we'll run through these. Homer, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Fox should have just hold the ball, bounced it, back it up, get a foul, and get the 2 shots.
I mean, that would have been the smart basketball play. And look, if he misses free throws, I complaining about missing free throws, not what were you doing? And that's the part. I mean, the idea of situational awareness. What's the score? How much time is left? What's the right basketball thing to do here that helps your team? And then after the game, I mean, he didn't say, I probably should have done something different. He's like, no, dude, I thought I could just outrun him.
Have them scored. Try to get a layup, get up 3, make them, force them to need a 3. And OG made a good block.
You're unusual a lot of the time in those situations where you took the layup, guys would try to run it out and get fouled. When did you think that you wanted to go for the layup instead of trying to get it?
I just thought I would be able to outrun them. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I mean, what do you do? See, Kevin, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Yeah, I mean, Mitch Johnson should have been laying it into the guys in the huddle on the sideline. But yeah, it's all De'Aaron Fox on the court, man, because he needs to be that floor general. He needs to make the right decisions. Yeah, I mean, he can make some mistakes, but come on, shot clock's off. You know you need to pull that out and hold the ball. And honestly, at this point, I'm seeing more poise and better decision making made by Dylan Harper. Mitch Johnson should make the change. He's not going to, but he should make the change and start Dylan. And in the offseason, start having that conversation again. Hey, we have 3 great guards. We can only start 2. Maybe we should start getting rid of one. Look at getting rid of one, and maybe Fox should be the one to be getting rid of right now because he's not making the right choices for this team.
But he's been great this entire season, and they are in the NBA Finals. And his contract extension kicks in this summer. I don't know that De'Aaron Fox is going anywhere, and quite frankly, Kevin, today I'm not worried about what roster moves the Spurs need to make because clearly this roster, and we've talked about this entire great run back in February, March. None of us thought this Spurs team was going to get to the NBA Finals. None of us. And I don't think the front office thought this team was going to make a finals run because they didn't try to make a move at the trade deadline to fill some of the obvious holes that they have. Like, I don't know, a backup for Wemby that can actually get into key games because Wemby is out of gas. He's being taxed. Luke Cornett can't even find the floor at this point. And Mason Plumlee, I mean, he's getting paid a whole lot of money for a great seat. And again, every team has guys at the end of the bench that are at the end of the bench for a reason. But the Spurs don't have depth in the front court. They got a great backcourt, but they don't have depth in the front court, and that is showing up in this series. But that's stuff that we'll do when the season is officially over. You know, we started the show getting a bunch of calls from New York, and James is telling me that we've got some more New Yorkers that are calling in. Hey, Ross, you're on the Blitz here in San Antonio. What's up, man?
Hey, man, I appreciate you. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
So, you know, I'm not a listener, but I'm trying to do some advanced scouting. So I listen to San Antonio sports just to listen to what you guys are talking about. And I'm curious as to your take on the series and what's been going on. I mean, I find it interesting. I'm looking into the second level. You know, I'm looking into the NBA and them trying to extend this series as much as possible and how that's having an effect on this series. You know, I was just listening to your backcourt front court discussion, which is true. You know, I mean, you guys, your defense is pervasive. I mean, you have shut down Jalen Brunson to an extent where, you know, when you were closing in on him when he was driving in the, you know, third game, and why you went away from that last night, I didn't understand that. You guys closed in on him nicely in that game. It looked like you went away from some things defensively that opened it up for the Knicks last night. And then you just got away from your game. Like you just, I mean, started hoisting threes. There was no clock management. Like we couldn't understand, you know, what the coaches were thinking, like leaving 20 seconds, 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, Ross, I mean, you're not alone. I think everybody watching the game is confused by what the coaches are doing and why they were taking the threes in the second half the way they were, playing as if they were down 20 instead of up 20 and not using clock and shortening the game. And as I've said many times, if you're just tuning in, Ross, they've done a great job on Jalen Brunson. But Jalen Brunson has been fantastic in the fourth quarters of each one of these games. That dude has made some big-time shots in the biggest moments. In Game 1, Brunson made shots, Wemby didn't. The Knicks ended up with a win. That was a one-point game with about 2 minutes to play, and they won by 10. And you look at Game 2, one-point game. Spurs get the win in Game 3 last night. More mistakes by San Antonio. Big plays made by the Knicks, and they get a one-point win. Spurs fans, and I get it, down 3-1 in a series, it's stupid to say it out loud, but you feel like the Spurs should have won at least a couple of these. If not, they've had a chance to win all of them. It's been an entertaining series from that regard. Danielle, you're on the Blitz.
Hey, how's it going? I'm from New Jersey, obviously a Knicks fan. I know you're up against it. So, I don't want to say the word apologize, but I'm with you condemning the behavior of certain Knicks fans, and I just want people in San Antonio to know that that's not the majority. Those are degenerate rioters that find themselves in these crowds. And I guess I will apologize. So sorry about their behavior, especially the egg throwing. It's like disgusting. So that said, my thought really is, Wemby, you're first of all, you're doing a show right down the middle, which I appreciate. Your thoughts on Wemby shoving Jalen Brunson to the ground, flagrant for a foul every day of the week, and I'm wondering your thought on that. And he really shouldn't even be playing this Saturday in this final closeout game. And why do you think that the NBA is letting it go like they are?
Well, because they're not going to suspend the biggest superstar globally, quite frankly. Now, I do say, Danielle, and I appreciate the comments about Knicks fans, because that is disgusting. The idea that that the Spurs got away with one. Wemby should have been called for a foul there, but I think when they reviewed it, they saw Brunson with a fistful of jersey, and Wemby pushed him. Flagrant, they're not going to suspend him or get him in position to be suspended. And I was surprised last night they actually took that, because that was inadvertent, and made that a flagrant. But at the same time, if we're playing that game, you know, OG, who's been great, shouldn't he have been suspended for when Luke Cornett trucked Josh Hart, OG, and Alvarado and Jordan Clarkson and some other dude came off the floor? I thought those guys should have been suspended, but the NBA's kind of gotten lax with that rule as well.
I know.
And Alvarado
I'm watching Wemby. Luckily, Wemby missed OG when he tried to stomp him last night too. Luckily, he missed him. I don't know. They probably would have let that go through. So.
Yeah, kind of crazy. Danielle, appreciate the phone call.
That's just been very suspect. Yeah, thanks, sir.
I appreciate it. Good stuff, Danielle from New Jersey. I like it when the people from out of town are tuning in and they want to know and they know where to go. You know what we do every Thursday about this time as we wrap things up?
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
We get you ready for the weekend. We call it What's on Tap. It is brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online at samsburgerjoint.com, where you can get your tickets, see their entire calendar, their menu. Tonight's going to be a fun night. Bill Schoening, former Spurs broadcaster, and friends. Now, Bill Schoening will have his full band out there, and Spurs TV broadcaster Jacob Toby has got some original music. I think Jacob Toby goes on about 6:30-ish. And Schoening a little bit after that. It's going to be a fun night down there at Sam's Burger Joint. Tomorrow night, it's Max Stalling. Saturday night, I can't even pronounce whatever the hell that is. And the Infidels on Sunday. Elsewhere tonight, Hayden Haddock is out at Green Hall. The Missions take on the Frisco Rough Riders. And Pete Lee is at LOL Comedy Club. Friday night, Hayes Carl is at Green Hall. The Rock Box has Gene Loves Jezebel. I'm going to that one tomorrow night. That'll be a great show. Space Con is happening at Freeman Coliseum on Friday night. A Rush tribute project is at the Tobin Center. Actually, what else is going on Friday? Tom Arnold is playing at LOL. Interesting. Did I skip a whole day, Pledge? I got my pages out of order. Where's Saturday? Saturday, Gunslingers in New Mexico, Chupacabras out at Freeman Coliseum. Of course, Game 5, Spurs and Knicks down at the Frostbank Center. The Prince Experience happening at the Aztec Theater. Bixby is at ACL Live. Paper Tiger has Y'all Out Boy on Saturday. Passing Strangers are over at Pix Bar. Of course, all eyes are going to be on Game 5 of the NBA Finals. What's on Tap brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online at samsburgerjoint.com. Because of Rangers baseball, it's been a while. Pledge has done a show. You haven't done one all week, have you? So Pledge, he's got to work late tonight. We're going to replay that great interview we had earlier today with our friend Antonio Daniels. You want some more thoughts on that De'Aaron Fox situation? Hear from a former NBA point guard that has a ring. You're going to love what Antonio Daniels had to say. If you missed it earlier in the show, Pledge has it coming up next on Extra Innings with Pledge. Rob and AJ, tomorrow morning, get you going at 6 a.m. on the Morning Huddle. I'm back tomorrow at 2.
Victor Wabamama. Writing 281 with the Blitz.